But that doesn't make sense, no? Because if you win with black, then you get more points. But okay, I guess it's easier if the whole team plays with the white pieces, I guess.
Yes. And a little bit update for this season compared to the other season is that the players have 20 minutes for the start without increment, but after 40 moves, if they reach the 40 moves, they're gonna have 2 seconds of increment. So no dirty flagging situation, I think, but maybe we're gonna see that.
I'm not there back with it.
Yes.
We're not gonna have a redo of that. Great to know that, Katie. I think that's very useful information for everyone here. So while I think Prague thinks, maybe we can take a look at some of the other boards as well. We have Fuja versus Fabi going on, and look at this. Fabi has gone for the dragon.
Dragon, I love dragon. I love dragon. So cool.
Yes, and we have actually played a similar in a similar fashion before. You played the classical against me, but I got absolutely demolished in that game with the white pieces. That is, black goes h5. And what's going on here? What's the plan? If I go long castle, what's the plan?
I think with the long castle, then black can start knight c4 in that position, and that's exactly what black wants to have. Black has, Fabi brought this rook on c8, there is a dragon bishop on g7, and all black wants now to have the white king on the queen side, which means that you have to long castle here. I just wonder if Fuja is going to do that, or maybe he's gonna keep the king in the king side, maybe something like king to f2 or king to even short castle, I don't know. I don't like long castle here.
It just feels risky to go long castle, and it just feels, wrong to keep the king in the center as well. So, the gamble that Fabi went for by going for the dragon is not an easy line to play in this, especially in any format that is. But
yeah, I think like top players, they have gave up already to playing the classical chess. But here we have a rapid time control without an increment, and it is very, very sharp opening. So why not to play? I like Fabi's choice of the opening.
And we can see from the bar itself that Fabi has more or less equalized matters here. So I think Fabi looking really good. Let's take a quick look at Wei Yi versus Anish, because wait a second, is this the opening that I think it is? Because look at this. Wei Yi went for knight c3, knight f6, and he played d4.
I was playing that when I was a kid. It was many years ago.
Well, did your coach ever tell you that this is a bad opening and you should study classical openings and stuff like that?
I switched very fast to d4.
But if your coach ever told you this, you can show him this game and be like, you were wrong. Bishop d2 happens.
What is queen is doing here in the center, like hanging out there? We usually don't do that with the...
Yeah, usually I think you're going queen e3 in this position usually, which is the mainstream line in these variations. But he goes queen c4, bishop d4 happens, bishop d2, castle, long castle, and he goes rook e8, f3, d6, queen e2. Okay, some I think preparation stuff, and black goes bishop e6, a3. Wow, they've made a lot of moves here, and after bishop a5, Wei Yi is thinking. And Katie, before we jump into the position, one very interesting fact is that both of these players are going to be facing each other in the candidates.
Yeah, that's going to be the big matchup indeed, and cannot wait to see how the things going to unfold at the candidates. And this can be very personal, any match before the candidates is very personal for these players.
For
no
sure.
one wants to lose it.
For sure, I think some psychological... that could be one of the reasons why Wei Yi goes for this sort of, let's say, non-traditional opening. Okay, first, of course, there is a time control, and secondly, I think also to not show his hand later on, in the candidates itself. So Anish goes bishop to a5, and this is the current position where we are thinking. So far, I think I don't see a clear advantage for anybody. We haven't checked out games of Kostenyuk and Zujiner. Shall we take a look at that as well?
Yeah, let's go there. We have 6 boards in this competition. We have the icon board, first board, and very interesting fact is that you never switch the icon players. All these teams, they have the same icon players.
Okay.
But the rest of the five boards, they can bid for the players. They can have different players every year. Then we have 2 superstar players, male players, then they have 2 superstar women players, and then we have prodigy boards. So here we have the superstar women players.
Absolutely, and superstar indeed, because you've got How You Fun playing with the black pieces, and okay, some might, I think most people would agree, the second strongest female player to ever exist.
A top Chinese player. I think she's now rated third after the current world champion.
Really? I did not know that.
Yes, she's a top player.
Oh, amazing, amazing. That's great news there. And okay, from the position, it kind of looks like that how you found more or less has equalized here already. We can see that the pawn on f5 here hangs, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea to take it or not, because maybe there is some discover attack ideas with knight takes d5, but that looks a bit tricky.
Yeah.
But if you don't go queen f5, it's just gonna be bad here for white, no? Because I feel this whole structure with e5 and f5 looks so good for.
They will be moving at some point, and you don't want to have moving center.
Absolutely. So like maybe some f4 or maybe some e4 ideas hanging in the air at some point. So how you found looking quite decent here with the black pieces. The last board I think is the junior board between Maitzi and Leon Luke Mendonsa. Sorry guys, it's
Okay, you can say that. You can say it can be our joke, guys.
Yes, of course. So looks like Leon has more or less equalized here with the black pieces as well. His last move being d5. And Katie, what do you make of this? What's happening here?
Very interesting position. I think black has managed to just equalize the position. Very nice move d5. Looking for some kind of complications in the center. If you take this pawn, the knight gets on d5, and black is very comfortable to play against isolated pawn. If you push on e5, I think he will be after f6. You have to take care of that move as well, because black can break the center with that.
f6 looks really good actually here for black, just to break the center in some way. And look at that. He does not even play e5. I think he just didn't like the structure itself that happened after e5. And now, my only worry here for black is this knight on b4. I feel like this is on the verge of getting trapped.
Well, the thing is, the moment you attack this knight with the pawn on a3, you can always take the pawn on e4 and free the square on d5. So you need two moves, first e5 and then a3.
That's actually very sharp of you. So if I played a3 in this position, so it's black to move.
c6 maybe.
Make a random move, c6 for example. If white plays a3, it might seem like sorry, the mouse is sort of hanging here a bit. If white goes a3 in this position, then the knight feels like it doesn't have any space. But you can just go pawn takes e4 and just find that space on d5, and that's it.
That's right. We have them on the screen. They are both newcomers to the GCL, and we have a different time format here. A lot of different things compared to the other tournaments. That's why Global Chess League is unique, and it is very interesting for me. Their first game, how they will adopt the format.
Oh, absolutely. And we were just in Goa, not so much time ago, and Leon is the strongest player ever from Goa so far. He's
from Goa.
He's from Goa, yes.
Oh,
well,
lucky
the highest rated player to come out of Goa, basically.
Yeah.
And I believe the second grandmaster from Goa after Anurag Muhammad, of course. And
Fantastic.
so Maitzi plays a3, and I think we're about to see that plan in action that you mentioned a bit earlier with pawn takes e4 and putting that knight on d5. The question is, does Leon go for a4 first, or does he take the pawn immediately?
I like a4. I like to fix these two pawns on the queen side, get more space, ask the question to this queen where you go, because if you go on d1, maybe I'll play knight to d3 actually. Wait, is it just winning in exchange after e4?
That's exactly the thing.
Where do you go with the queen?
Because if you put the queen on d1,
Knight
I have
d3.
knight d3, exactly. Okay,
If you go on c3, knight a2.
But if you go queen c3, let's say a4, queen c3, and if the knight goes to a2 here, we have queen takes c7, and it's a very sneaky intermezzo, and the queen on d7 is left unguarded. So I think Maitzi has seen this, that's why he's gone for a3, and Leon is deciding whether he should play a4 before he takes on e4 or not. Tough decision. Meanwhile, let's quickly take a look at Firouzja versus Fabi, because look at this. Fabi has completely equalized and on the verge of generating an attack on the queen side
He wants to play rook to c8 next move, building up this Alehangan. And then for sure he's going to sacrifice the rook on c3, the typical idea to just ruin the pawn structure on the queen side and then target the king on b1.
Absolutely. I mean, I think as kids we always learnt about this rook takes c3 sacrifice as a very it's something that I think white should always be wary of, and as a dragon player yourself with the black pieces, it's your dream. Once you get rook takes c3, the structure in white's camp sort of breaks down. You have a lot of initiative.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe not win the move in like few moves, but the game in few moves, but the position will be very pleasant to play.
Absolutely. I think you couldn't have said it better. And so Fabi, I think looking quite good. Wei Yi versus Anish so far on my screen is the only game where one person seems to have a significant advantage, and that person is Wei Yi.
With all this move, queen d4, queen c4, queen e2, queen e1,
yeah,
he made like 4 moves with the queens and still have better position.
So we had the queen here, here, and here.
Oh, even on f2.
Yeah, it went on f. No, it on e1, I think.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so no f2. Out of 14 moves, 4 of them were made by the queen, and yet...
So white is so bad here, because if I look at this position, black is not so bad. I have this nice attack on the queen side. What is that? Is it g5 kind of move?
g5 looks
Knight
kind of
d7.
nice. I think, firstly, we got to break it down. Yeah, firstly, I think because we have a pawn in the center, black does not have a pawn in the center. So naturally, we have more space. Secondly, I think your idea with g5 looks really good to me, because once you kick this knight away, we can jump our knight to d5 and gain more control in the center, and then we have a lot of these attacking possibilities on the king side.
Exactly.
Do you think Wei Yi is going to win this?
I mean, why not? He's this type of player who can win this kind of positions easily.
We saw what a beast he is when it comes to tie breaks, in the World Cup, and I think this type of a format really suits him well. He took down Arjun as well.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, a huge upset, at least for us.
Yeah, I know.
As Indian fans, it was a huge upset.
It was huge. He has 2 minutes advantage at this point, and he's investing his time because he feels this is the moment.
For sure. So rook b8 happens, and now Wei Yi is thinking. We have 12 minutes and 11 minutes for Anish. Remember, just a gentle reminder to everyone, until move 40, there is no time increment in this format. So this is all the time they get, throughout until they reach move 40, and still they only have 2 seconds. So 1 second is spent just by moving the piece and just pressing the clock, and that's it.
Yeah, you guys see the players on the screen. The event itself is very colorful. And the players are having their jerseys, their outfit, all of them are having the same color. And the teams are having just fantastic colors, pink, green, blue, orange.
Yep, it's nice to see the unity, I think, between the players. I think this is why I really enjoy watching this league. I feel like it really brings out that team element into chess. So yeah.
Yeah,
Going
love
back
it.
I feel a lot of people would be wondering what's happening between Vidith and Prague. This is the position right now. What's happening? Vidith has a bishop for the knight, and Prague has an isolated pawn on d5.
Yeah, looks kind of equalish, but I kind of like this queen on a3. It makes so much problems for the pawn on b3.
We cannot move the knight.
Yeah, if knight magically moves on d4 in one move, that's the fantastic square for the knight. Multitasking. Yeah.
Multitasking. I love that. By the way, this just reminded me of a nice tactic. So let's just play, I don't know, something random like king h8, and white goes knight f3. It is not possible for black to go queen takes b3 here, because you have this nice intermezzo. Usually in our chat, we let the chat guess, but here we're just going to show it because the games are, so fast.
Yeah.
We go rook takes c8, black goes queen takes queen, and rook takes f8 is a check, and now you end up winning a rook. So your idea with this knight f3, knight
Maybe
f4,
it works.
Maybe it works, yeah. Nice find there.
Maybe it works. The accident. Okay, what's happening in the other boards? Wei is still thinking.
Were you still thinking?
Yeah.
I think we have an update on Alireza versus Fabi. That's the icon board on that's board 1 right here. And Alireza has made a slight inaccuracy with his last move, which was knight f4. And Fabi responds with bishop c6. And guess what, Katie? Guess what's the only move in this position?
What is the only move?
It's the only move in the. Otherwise, Alireza is in deep trouble.
Yeah.
And that move is g4.
Okay.
Like,
That's a big weird move, right?
I'm not even sure how I would respond, or if I would be able to play g4 in a situation like this. But yeah, if you take on g4, then h5, and you just basically have to go all out on the king side. If you don't, then black gets b4, and it's a big problem.
Yeah, after thinking for some time, I think you just need to think 1 minute here with white to figure it out that you don't have much to do. This is your idea and you have to go for it. I think you're gonna go g4 in this position.
G4 looks, I think, quite tempting to me. But if he doesn't, he is in deep trouble. By the way, that idea we were talking about with rook takes c3, that might be in the air as well. Because if you go b3, for example, rook takes c3, queen takes c3, and knight takes c4, and boom.
Yeah, that's
White
it.
is dead lost.
That's it. Knight comes on c3, the game is over.
Basically, yeah. So, yeah, g4, critical moment. And remember, everyone, that if black wins, that's 4 points. Because black winning will get you 4 points. And if you win with the white pieces, that's 3 points. So that's a huge
Yeah,
chance.
in case of draw, if the match ends 3-3, which has never happened in the season 1 or season 2, then both teams will get only 1 point, which is not much. No one wants to get only 1 point because the other team's gonna score 3 or 4 points, and you're gonna be just so much behind. So this is the event where the players are just going all in.
Basically, so if everyone just draws, that's the only way that the match can end in a draw. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Never happened before.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you think it might be the first time?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
What I've seen so far, I don't think so. It's gonna be the case.
I mean-
There's always one game that because we had no improvement last time, so they were flagging each other.
Okay, that kind of makes a lot of sense. And okay, right now Alireza is in some trouble for sure. And if we move on to the game of Wei Yi versus Anish, looks like Wei Yi has made a slight inaccuracy in this position with his last move, g5.
First he played rook to g1, and then he played g5.
Oh, he had a very good advantage here if he had played knight cd5. But g5 is an inaccuracy, and Anish has to find something with b4 instantly. Otherwise, he's in trouble.
Yeah, and the point being that knight d5 was a better move just because it stops b4. It stops the counterplay, and then you can push g4, h4, and so on.
Yes, I think that's a great point. So if I played knight d5 in this position, then there is no b4, basically. Nice. So he goes g5 and black plays knight e5. And now, attack on the f3 pawn.
Yeah, how are we gonna...
Is bishop e2?
Yeah, bishop e2 looks good to me.
Bishop e2 looks quite interesting. Somehow... Oh, there's knight d4. There's knight d4 and you attack the f3 pawn even more. So white actually only has 2 moves well here. There is queen f2, which I would not play in a million years because there's bishop b6 incoming. And you're just scared of that. Then the other move is rook g3, which maybe is not...
It's okay move, but... Yeah, I'm starting to like now black's position with knight d5, potentially getting knight also in d4 next move. Yeah, Anish might feel very comfortable.
Really, you like black's chances here?
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. So that's 2 games. Basically, Fabi having a great position against Alireza, and Anish having, let's say, good practical chances against Wei Yi, both with the black pieces. And Prague is basically in a more or less a drawn position against Vidith.
Alireza played g4, the move that we were thinking this is the only move not to get worse position, and here we have the...
Wow, the fight is on! And now Fabi has to respond accurately here, because if you don't, even if you give 1 move to your opponent, you can just be lost here.
Yeah, exactly. Any side can be lost in this position.
Yes. Absolutely.
Now Fabi thinking. There are some kind of ideas also to sacrifice the piece on e4.
Knight takes e4 right now.
I'm not sure right now. Maybe first to take the rook c3.
Mm-hmm.
If you take with the queen, of course, knight e4 and or maybe I can also consider to play knight g4.
Oh, knight g4 also looks interesting. We might just be very good. I think black might just be having a really good position.
And you know what? After like queen go on d3 or d2, I'll take the bishop. Queen takes back, and then I'll play bishop to h6 to pin the knight on f4.
So if I go knight takes e3 in this position, sorry, this mouse is like kind of lagging a bit. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it work. Sorry to everyone. So this is the current position. If you go knight takes e3 here, white goes queen takes e3.
And I was thinking about bishop h6 to pin the knight, and then I want to play e5 next move.
Ah, bishop h6 and then you pin the knight. I'm not sure why some problems here with the mic, but yeah, bishop h6. And then you play. Maybe let's stick to the live board because it's kind of moving around a bit. And I'm not really sure if I. Yeah. I think we can stick to here, and g4 is the current.
Refresh, I guess.
Yeah, we just did a refresh here, but it's just I'm not sure where the cursor is going. I think it should be fixed very soon. But yeah, g4 is the move, and now black has to play this entire sequence with rook takes c3 to keep things balanced, or you can also just capture the pawn on g4. What do you think about that?
Technically, rook c3 is the move to be played here, right?
The rook c3 is best. Oh, there we go. The mouse is back. Let's go. Let's go. That's a W. Also, pawn takes g4 also is I think a potential move. But let's.
I would not take this g4 one. I'm scared the h5 and of this kind of moves. I've seen too many games there.
But you used to play the dragon yourself.
No.
Never.
I have never played dragon, but I was coaching to my students. I was showing him this variation, and that's where I learned all these ideas myself too.
Right. That's nice. But of course, like, practically speaking, I think most people would be wary of playing a move like pawn takes g4 because once you get h5, you have to make a bunch of only moves and let's not forget, Fabi only has 5 minutes.
I just wanted to mention about that I would be worried if I was his teammate to have so low time on the clock. And it's only 18 moves. Too many moves to go.
22 moves he has to make to get 2-second increment. This game might not even go that much.
I don't think the game will go on until 40 moves. It's too sharp for me.
I think it might not even be possible to go that far. But yeah, after g4, Fabi is thinking, and we're going to
play against Anish.
Wait, Fabi makes a mistake.
Oh.
Wait, that's not a big one.
It's not a bad move actually.
But there is some. Actually, white has to make a bunch of only moves here. Like, for example, pawn takes h5 is the only move here, but okay, a logical one as well. And Fabi is in some trouble for sure. Maybe he miscalculated something.
Yeah, to take the knight on c3 and to give up so much material is not easy decision, especially when you have that much of time on the clock. So let's see how it's gonna work.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, while Fabi thinks, let's switch to Prague's board and see what's happening there. It was. Ooh, look at this.
That's a big change.
Yes, he has just gone queen to e5. Do you see the plan? It's a small tactic. I think it's a one move tactic that Vidith is sort of aiming for in this position.
If you take on b3.
Well, no. I mean, I was assuming not going to do anything, but I have queen takes e5 in this position. Queen takes c5. Sorry.
Queen c5?
Yeah, but if he didn't play b6, because I had bishop f7 check.
Oh, nice.
It's nice actually in this position, but that didn't happen.
Oh, Prague is down to 4 minutes in this game.
Wow, that's not enough minutes whatsoever.
But they have played 26 moves, so they have to play 14 more moves to get the increment. Maybe he will reach 40 moves safely.
Yeah.
And the position is quite safe as well. have
don't
this
know.
knight on.
I'm always afraid of Vidith in these positions because this is so calm, and Vidith is, I think, a great positional player, and he has that slight pull in the game, and I think he's super dangerous when it comes to such situations. So I don't know. You see King H2 like making these slow
Yeah,
moves.
he has something behind this King H today, indeed.
Yeah, it's like he has an idea because he's just gonna play super slow, and
Yeah.
maybe he wants to
I
go
think he wants-
G4, yeah?
I think F3 in this position.
F3.
To open up the F file. Because the bishop from C4 is targeting the F7 pawn.
Okay, that's actually quite
Let's
nice. Bishop C4 targeting the F7 pawn is quite nice. Black goes Rook D8. Black goes Rook D8, and now I think we should go F3 or F4, like you mentioned. I think that looks quite interesting.
Yeah. Let's see what he is gonna play here. Quite comfortable time on the clock, 6 minutes against more or less 4 minutes on the clock. See what he has in his mind. Meanwhile, Wei Yi is going crazy against Anish Giri. You see all the players with white pieces, they have the initiative on all the boards. Let's go back to Alireza Caruana.
Okay, sure. We can take a very quick look at. Ooh, that is
Look at that!
insane.
Look at that!
We have our first brilliancy here at
Of a day!
of the day, yeah, and of the entire chess league over here. That's
Yeah.
insane. Pawn takes G6, and if he takes on C3, then I think some tactics here.
Take on F7 first with a check.
Yeah, and then you go Queen G2, and then
Oh, Queen
some
G6.
check
Oh.
on G6. I think will be quite dangerous. And look at this, Wei Yi versus Anish also seems to
Yeah.
be going, towards the defending champions with the white pieces, and Wei Yi is objectively winning.
Exactly. You see, white pieces, they're getting something out of being white, in this time control.
For
And there is
sure.
also some secret that Triveni Continental Kings have because they are really good at this. They're a really good team.
I feel like it's a certain charm you sort of have, because if you've won the tournament twice already, then you are expected to do well.
Yeah, and also like Wei Yi is a player that he has been in this club for all the seasons. They are not letting him go, and we have bidding, right? So the clubs are bidding for the players, and I'm sure they're spending a lot for Wei. They need him in the
They
team.
know Wei Yi is the man who's going to because he has delivered twice for this team before.
Yeah.
Black goes knight takes f4. Anish fighting back, and now just one move he had, pawn takes c6, and played by Wei Yi over here.
I wonder if Anish is already feeling that it's not a good position. What do you think? Can you read his body language?
Anish, I think he is. I'm sure he must be under a lot of trouble. And something I noticed about Wei Yi during the World Cup, that even if he has 1 second on the clock, he will just make the move so calmly, so slowly, and that can be intimidating
Yeah.
to your opponent. I mean, I'm sure people will agree, because it's you are thinking, okay, he's going to lose on time, but he just makes it so calmly.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, he's the person that I really love to interview. His answers are so cool, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoy to interview him.
Oh,
He's like super cool.
I haven't had the privilege yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to, that moment one day. Meanwhile, Anish has to think whether to take the pawn on c6 with the bishop or with the queen. Both of them, I think, look promising. Oh, bishop d6.
Ooh.
Blunder by Anish
When he
Giri.
decided this?
No idea actually, because bishop takes clearly bishop c6, there was knight f5 and the pawn on g7.
You can so you have to keep the bishop on this diagonal.
Yes, you have to keep it on the c8 h3 diagonal.
Rook to f1,
Otherwise-
attacking the knight.
Yeah.
Not bad. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. Like, I understand why this is the move, but myself, I will not figure it out the move to play here rook to f1. It's quite complicated.
Yeah, for sure. He goes bishop takes c4, and now only move is to take the knight on f4. Otherwise,
You cannot lose.
Wait.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay.
that,
Any moment, there was a glitch.
that was yeah. They should have a commentator's heart rate as well, yeah, because
Yes,
it went up for a second for sure. But yeah, Anish goes bishop e6 back, and we can see Anish having sort of slight problems here. He has
One
11
game has
moves to make.
finished already. One game has finished. Nino Vachier-Lagrave from Georgia has won against Alexander Kostyuk.
Ooh, wow, so that is actually not the best news for the defending champions, because Alpine SG Pipers has just defeated the first, at least one board has defeated, and they have gained 4 points because they won with the black pieces.
Yeah, very important win here for the Alpine SG Pipers.
So basically, if now Triveni Continental Kings have to get back, they have to win 2 games with the white pieces. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Alireza is doing what? Can we go there?
I'm not really sure what's going on. It looks like he's completely winning Alireza. Ah, okay. Wow. Wow. Look at this rook g7 check. Insane performance here by Alireza. I think he is going to at least level the score for his team.
Yeah, I think Alireza might just get the point now. Maybe we will go with the camera to see last moment.
Yeah.
Caruana, this is the first time for him. This is not the nice welcome to this season.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Alireza, I think, doing great here so far. And I think let's switch to Wei Yi versus Anish. This is the current position. Anish also in some trouble. 45 seconds for the Dutch number 1 with 8 moves left to be played. This is insane.
Exactly. I love the pawn here on c6. Being extra. Queen to c5. You
And-
cannot take the pawn back because there were some problems on the background.
Absolutely. So queen.
Yeah. If you take queen c6, this might look safe and people might say, why you didn't take it? There was rook to c3 and losing the game.
Yep, and he gives a check on g5 and white goes king to
b1, this
e1.
king is so safe here. Black's king is not safe because there's a problem on the back rank, and that's why h6 has been played. c7, why not?
Yeah,
Just
because
push, yeah.
let's just push the pawn all the way and let's see what happens. I think here Anish has to be really, really precise. He goes queen to f6. I think the best move in the position. And now white has to find some way to get this queen to b7 or to d7. That way, I think Anish will be in some trouble. And he has all the time in the world as well.
Exactly, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The updates, the first board has been ended and white won, Alireza won against Fabi. So now the score is 3-4 in favor of Alpine SG Pipers.
Wow, so Alireza welcomes sort of Fabi into the Mahindra Global Chess League.
In a fashion way.
Fashionable sense, let's go. But yeah, the score is 3-4 to Alpine because they are all playing with the black pieces. And right now, from the looks of it, looks like the defending champions are going to win at least one more match with the white pieces. Wei Yi, I think, is one of those matches because I feel he is borderline winning at this point. Ooh, but look at this. Anish being tricky. There is rook takes c7 and queen a5 check. What a tactic that is.
What a surprise, right, from Anish?
And look at him, 10 seconds and he is calm as a cucumber.
Yeah, he gives a check.
Gives another check.
Gives another check. Oh, it's not a check. Queen b5.
He goes king h7. Let's go rook c5. Rook c5. We don't like this queen on the center. Let's kick it away. Rook c5. We can also win the pawn on f7 as well. And how much can this queen really defend?
Rook c5.
Played. Queen d4 happens. And now we have to do something. Let's
Do
go.
something. What's the winning plan here?
I'm not
Not
sure.
so
Okay,
easy.
I think what I would do is I would play something like h4 because at some point you're going to capture this pawn. And I'm not in a rush.
c3.
C3, okay.
This guy is not afraid at all. Look at this king to a3. Next will be king b4 for sure after queen to c1 check.
And the moment he goes queen f4, queen d7 is winning. Queen d7 is completely
Why he
winning.
loses the rook? Why queen f4?
He has 4 seconds on the clock. But
So it was the closest move.
yeah, probably. Yeah, the queen. That's the closest it could go without getting checkmated. Queen f5 check, and there it is. I think Anish about to resign because
Oh, look at that.
This
Takes an
is-
f7 with a check.
we call this the golden pawn, the f7. I don't know if you know this, but
No, I didn't know that.
it's like we call this the golden pawn because it's the most important pawn in the entire position. And the moment you push it, it loses its value. And right now you can see how vulnerable the black king really is in this position.
Wow. Well, he is very impressive.
Wow, a5, white goes king to b5, queen f1 check. Let's go king
Oh,
b6.
king b6.
Wow.
King b7. I think
Yes,
this will
king-
be the king who will
Yeah.
become this rook. Rook d5. Oh, I love this move.
I love it. Queen d8 check. Let's
no,
go.
Stop it. Why he's so brilliant.
When there is a will, there is a way.
Oh, wow.
And this is the way to win
Way.
the match and the game.
Amazing. Amazing.
What a performance by Wei Yi, taking down Anish Giri. And now I think, okay, one more game has as well ended between Zujir and How You Fun.
Draw happened there?
That's a draw. And then we have Vidith versus Prague, which is also most likely going to end in a draw. This is the current position, but Prague is pushing. Prague has
Extra pawn?
an extra pawn, but what can you do with it? You can't defend both, no?
It's a draw.
Of a draw, Tablash. We take on g5, king h6.
Yes.
Rook back to a5, okay,
And a
h4.
draw for now.
Yeah, this is just a draw. One more draw incoming, and the last board, guess what? Okay, unless the players are planning to play king rook, king rook.
No way they're gonna play this one?
No ways, yeah? No ways.
No.
Okay, so I think let's move on to the last board. This is the current position, and Maitzi has just made a slight inaccuracy with rook c2. But let's not forget, he is a pawn up with the white pieces.
He's a pawn up, and a draw is enough for his team to win. It is 6 here, 7 against 4 at this point.
Wow.
Oh, against 5. 6 against 5.
6 against 5. So basically what this means is that unless Leon manages to win this with the black pieces,
Pawn
The
down by
Triveni-
the time,
but Triveni Continental Kings will sort of win the match unless again, he is repeating the move because he knows all he has to do is make a draw. He does not have to go for the win. That's
It's
a
very
repetition.
tricky. It's very tricky.
Is that a repetition?
Can we have them on the screen? I don't think we have them on the screen.
And there it is.
Repetition. Wow.
The last match ends in a draw as well, and with that, the defending champions, Triveni Continental Kings, take down Alpine SG Pipers, thanks to Wei Yi and of course Alireza Firuza, who took down Fabiano Caruana and Anish Giri respectively. What a performance!
Brilliant start of the tournament. Would you see this scenario happening? Like when we started, I would not imagine that there would be the results. This has a result on first two boards.
Anish losing and Fabi losing on the first round, I don't think it happens much. So no, I was not expecting Fabi to lose. And also, we could not see this game as much, but let's do a quick action replay over here because this was the current position with rook c8. He took the pawn on h5, black goes b4, and look at this move.
Love the sacrificing the knight, but destroying the whole pawn structure
Too
of the
good.
king side.
I mean, it's so good. He goes pawn takes c3, gf7 check, black goes king f7, and now queen to g2. What a move! A threatening queen g6 check, and you have this knight e6 incoming as well. And black is just dead lost. And he found the only move here to sort of keep yourself in the game with e5. And what did it work here? He goes rook g1.
G1, attacking the bishop on g7.
Absolutely.
Another piece sacrifice.
Another piece sacrifice, takes on g7, king e6, and look at this queen g6.
Just like that.
I mean, that's two
We're
pieces
2 pieces
now.
down, another piece hanging on e3.
Yes.
He gave up 3 pieces in one game.
And he goes check, and black moves the king with rook g6 coming in, rook g1 coming in, and rook g7 check, rook takes e7. I mean, I think it's such a beautiful finish by the French number one, Alireza and
Yeah.
Firouzja.
Well, we do have some time now before our second match starts, which is at 6:30 p.m. Ganges Grandmasters against Upper Bumba Masters. They will start to get in now in the venue and prepare for the match. I'm sure the toss has already happened, so they know the color. We might have some time to look at the other games that we have not seen it, and then we can just nominate one player who was the player of the match, because that also happens in this tournament.
Oh, really?
After each round, we are announcing the best player of the match.
Okay, so basically it's between Wei Yi and of course Alireza, because Wei Yi, because of the king walk, all the way, we can do a quick look at this king on B6, sort of jumping in from B2 to B6 all the way. I think that was a beautiful game. But for me, I have to give it to Firouzja. What about you, Katie?
I love Wei Yi's game.
Oh, you loved Wei Yi's game.
Yes, you know why?
Can we give it to both of them?
Yes, okay, you can offer them a draw. You know why I like this? Because he started from very slight advantage. He made all these queen moves there and here, and he never gave the chance. In the game of Fabi and Alireza, if Fabi could take the rook on c3, maybe game would go to the other direction.
You're right. Wei Yi was more consistent, more solid, and he gave less chances to Anish. In comparison to Alireza, because it was dragon, it could have gone any sort of way. So it makes sense both ways. But I love a good tactical game. I just love it when you sacrifice pieces left and right. I think that's really can be. It really shows the beauty of the game and the beauty of this time.
Maybe our chat has to figure it out. So we're choosing different players. I'm taking Wei Yi. You're taking Alireza. Guys, now it's your time. Don't be biased. Don't be biased. I know he's your host here for many events. Don't be biased.
Just gonna write in the chat, Alireza. I'm just joking here. But guys, I think let us know in the comments, and I think we will take a very short break, and we will be back with the next games.
सर, आपका गोलकीपर से लेकर दी बॉल तक के पीछे का सीक्रेट क्या है?
सीक्रेट नहीं, ताकत। मैं स्टेडियम को मजबूती से खड़ा करने वाली स्टील से इंस्पिरेशन लेता। एपीएल अपोलो स्टील पाइप्स, देश की बढ़ती ताकत। प्राउड स्पॉन्सर्स ऑफ अल्पाइन एसजी पाइपर्स।
Grab it, visit, grab it, grab it, visit, grab it, visit, grab it, visit, Campa!
Grab the fizz, Campa वाली fizz।
सर, आपका गोलकीपर से लेकर दी बॉल तक के पीछे का सीक्रेट क्या है?
Welcome back to Game 2 of the Tech Mahindra Global Chess League Festival here in Mumbai. We saw the defending champions take down the Alpine SG Warriors. What are your thoughts on that, Katie, and how excited are you for the next match?
I am so hyped to see the next match because we're gonna have Vishy joining us and to play. He's not playing that often. The moment he is playing, we're following him anywhere he goes. Recently, he played in Israel, and this is another tournament. Maybe he wanted some warm up.
For sure, I think he played against Arjun in the finals, and we were so hyped about that match. And yes, it is always a treat to see Vishy in action. It doesn't happen that often, but it is always a treat to see that. And let's also inform everyone about. Okay, firstly, it's the match between Ganges Grandmasters versus Upgrad Mumbai Masters, and who are the players, Katie?
So the first board, icon players, Vishy will face MVL. A very interesting matchup in here, and we can talk about the statistics later on. Second board, Vincent Kamar against Vesliso. Also crazy matchup. Yauhir Sindarov against Shahir Mamedirov. Another crazy matchup. Stavrola, who is a newcomer to this tournament, Connor Hampi. And then we have Polina Shuvalova against Harika Dronavali and Raunak Salvani against Bardia Daneshwar.
Bardia Daneshwar, absolutely. And I think this match, I feel, is very close in terms of, the strength of each player. So yeah, I'm not really sure who would be my favorite, but there can't be a team with Vishy sir in it, and I'm, not, and I don't support that. So for me, I'm gonna go with Ganges Grandmasters, I think, because of Vishy sir. But who do you think is the better team on paper?
On the paper, okay, in the Upgrade Mumbai Masters, we have the players who are always there. Maxim, Connor, and Harika, those three players are always there. They also Shahriar. I have also Shahriar there, who is like super, super nice speed chess player. But right now, looking at the papers, I am always biased when Vishy is playing.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
Amazing. So we're gonna have a great
Vishy is an
time.
amazing person,
Yes.
and I just love to be around Vishy because his sense of humor is actually 2800.
Oh, 100%.
But maybe even more.
For sure, yeah. And I also, I grew up, in India during those times. Vishy was, it was one of the only player, the strong player that you looked up to. And when I finally got to meet him, he was so knowledgeable about things that are not chess related as well, which was very surprising for me.
So nice. Oh, you know what happened to me? The day I arrived here, I arrived the day before the opening ceremony. And after sleepless flight, which was 8 hours, no sleep at all during the flight, and also a lot of delays. So basically I had about 20 hours of travel that day. I put these huge glasses at the airport. I bought really big glasses.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing them in the hotel because I don't want to meet anyone with this tired face and the eyes. I just put it, and I'm waiting for my elevator, and the door opens, and guess who is walking out from the elevator? It is Vishy, and I'm praying that he just walks, just pass. So he looked on the side, looked back, and looked again like Katie. And I was like, oh no, this is the moment I don't want you to recognize me.
Maybe because you had the big glasses, he was like, wait a second. He had to do a second.
You want to see the glasses?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're getting, we'll get to see what those glasses were that made Vishy look twice.
Those were the glasses. Look how big they are.
Wait, he recognized you with those?
Yes.
That's impressive, actually.
Yes,
That's
I
impressive.
don't know, but he looked twice at Katie.
Not sure, actually. It's very impressive that Vishy can recognize you with this. I would need at least 3 or 4 looks, before that happens. But yeah, a great story there by Katie. And just coming back to the games, it feels like the Ganges Grandmasters are the ones who have chosen the white color. So Vishy playing with the white pieces against MVL, as you can see on the screen. Vincent Keimer plays against Wesley So. Vincent again playing with the white pieces. So I think this is the board where I feel Vincent has playing with the white pieces, and him being slightly stronger, at least more in form these days against Wesley So. And maybe this board, I would say, okay, Vincent has a slight edge here. Sindaro versus Mamedyarov, I have no clue what's going to happen here. Absolutely zero idea. Sindarov, of course, the most recent World Cup winner.
Yeah.
Mamedyarov was a former world number 2. Then we have Polina Shuvalova playing with the white pieces again against Humpy. Again, no clue what's going to happen here. We have, you have to help me with the name here. Stavrula
Solakidu.
Solakidu.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Georgians and the Greek people, we have kind of complicated last names. So
Your name is so simple. It's so simple for me.
Yes, because you were analyzing my games for a long time.
Absolutely. And then we have the last board, which is the junior board between Ronak Sadhwani versus Daneshwar Bardhiya, and of course Ronak playing with the white pieces. So the entire team has gotten the white pieces, but at this point I think everyone knows what the drawback is of choosing the white color. If you lose an extra point.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing here.
Yeah, and another really exciting thing about GCL is that the players don't know their pieces, which color they will choose, right? So they have to prepare both sides if they want to. And before the round, few minutes before the round, I think 15 minutes before the round, there is a toss. The team captains are there. They have to guess it's head or tails, and then the one who wins chooses the color. The previous match, it was Triveni. No.
Triveni was with the white pieces.
With what they choose the white pieces.
Yes,
they
with
wanted the white
Alireza
pieces.
and,
Yes. So I wonder what happened in this match. Was the captain who chose the white color or the black color? If someone knows about that, do let us know in the comment, because you guys were here in this small room. I don't know what's happening outside. You might have more information.
We can hear them, but I feel you have told us that from you covering this event in the past that players generally choose the white color.
Yes, the captains are choosing, and you know what we had? The one of the seasons, second season in London, we had a situation when Magnus just decided to walk in the toss ceremony.
Oh, really?
And he walked with Anish.
Oh, if Magnus decides to walk in here,
Yeah.
he's most welcome.
Yes,
most
he just
welcome.
walked like
It would be
this. You know,
amazing.
it's his walk. And Anish also came, and they did this the toss, and the team captain chose a different color, and Magnus was like, no, like, you know, all his way how he's doing this. And I was there saying all of these things, and it was such a nice content for me to ask the question, because you might think that the players are discussing the colors, which color they prefer the round before, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at this level, they are like all the top players, both men and women. I think they don't mind the color. Or do you think they mind?
I can't speak for top players, but I mean, if I have a choice between white and black for the entire team, Katie, I would choose white, yeah, because I don't know, like it feels like
But
you
the
have an
black
extra.
gets 4 points.
Well, I will just tell my team, just take white and don't lose. That's what I
Nice advice.
just don't lose.
You'll be hired as a manager for the next season. Such a fantastic idea.
You guys know like who to contact. I'm available.
Yes, like, give us a call.
But I mean, like that would be my advice to the players in that sense. So I'm completely standing with Magnus here.
Yeah. Also, to be fair with you, we had this little discussion between us who would be the best player. Is it Wei Yi or Alireza? I saw the video. And I saw the interview, and it was Alireza who was decided in the end to be the best player. No complaints. I think he played a really good game. And it is said that they can give this award to 2 players actually, because Wei Yi was also fantastic.
I mean, I think taking nothing away from Wei Yi in this sense, because I think he played basically a flawless game. But I feel Firuza created havoc on the board. He sacrificed pieces on the board.
He
and I
did
think,
all the magic.
and I think the man of the match in this sense, or the woman of the match, is most likely going to be the player who creates magic.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why. But yeah, in terms of accuracy, you were 100% right. Wei Yi is the one who played in a more consistent sort of manner. But yeah, I think we are 2 minutes away from starting the next match. This one, of course, between the Ganges Grandmaster and the Upgrad Mumbai Masters. In the chat, we're also reading the chat this time, so do let us know which match are you excited for the most between these 6 boards. For
Yeah,
me,
there's 6 boards.
for sure it's Vishy versus MBL. I think I have to. It's not even a question.
Yeah, I love that too. And let's talk a little bit about the tournament itself. We are in Royal Opera House. Like, we're in a small room, but the players are in the main room with the beautiful, these red chairs and also the stage. This is really nice, you guys. If you're here in Mumbai, get the ticket and come here. We're gonna be here until 23rd. Tournament lasts until 23rd of this month. If you are in other city, take a plane and come here as well.
Absolutely, there is a fan zone
Yeah.
down there as well, so you get to interact with the players, you get to interact with the commentators as well. So I think it's quite an experience to visit. The amount of strong chess players that I have seen in this event, I don't think I have seen them in the entire year, and I've been covering the entire year. And this
Exactly,
for
because
you, it's way
the
more.
average of the, like, we have of course the very strong open tournaments or the World Cup recently in Goa that we both were, but the average is different. You have very strong players, but you also have some players who are from the wild cards, right? And the average is getting lower and lower. Here we don't have that situation. Because there's a criteria that it should be 26 plus rated player to be qualified. So I think,
2700.
how far are we?
How far are we from
To be the players.
well, for you, I think you're pretty close, no? Because for a girl, I think it's 2400, and I think
Really?
you're 2350, something like that, or
Like how good you think about me. First of all, you introduced me as international master. I don't even complain about.
Oh,
I
well,
didn't
I
even
mean,
complain about that.
to be honest,
I'm hunting for my norms for so many years and for my rating, so I appreciate that. But I have been woman grandmaster since.
but I genuinely thought you were, yeah, because I mean, I somehow have this memory of you being 2400 and you making all of your norms, but yeah, sorry about that. It's it's
Thank you about
maybe
that.
maybe I'm predicting the future. Yeah, it's going to happen at some point for sure.
Just imagine me playing in at the GCL. That's not gonna happen.
I would love to commentate on that. I think it would be an absolute treat for me.
Yeah, indeed. Yes. And we're in all comfort here. I love to be in India. I really love to be in India.
Yeah, same actually. And to be in Mumbai and to cover this
Yeah.
event, I think is an absolute treat. We should I think almost begin. We should have almost begun our matches. I think they are just a few seconds away from liftoff. Let's see what happens. It's Vishy
They
versus
made the
MBL.
first move. Do you see the moves?
Oh, I think let's go to Polina's game because they have started, and it is the Petrov in Humpy's board. Humpy with the black pieces, Polina Shuvalova with the white pieces. Let us know in the comments who is the favorite here. Humpy for now taking it very, very solid.
Yeah. Getting back on F3. This is the only game we have in progress. Let's just check. No, we have other games as well. They are slowly starting.
Oh, look at this. Bishop to d3 by Polina Shuvalova. What is going on with this move? Because you're leaving the pawn on d2 sort of unattended.
Yeah, Vidith did the same thing with black pieces with bishop to e6.
Oh, yeah. In the previous game with bishop e6, you're absolutely right, against Prague. That was a crazy game. And the bishop sort of retreats back to f1, and now we have d4. Meanwhile, while this game continues, the only game that has not started for me is Vishy's game. Can we actually...
Double check. He is there already. All the players are there. But we do have very often these ceremonial moves. We have special guests in the venue, and sometimes it takes some time to make the move and take it back and so on.
Yeah, for sure. But I think the only one game is not being shared. Okay, actually, the Stavrula game has also begun against Harika. And look at this, Katie. Have you ever seen Harika play the modern defense? Because I remember, I sort of grew up with Harika in the sense, and we played a lot of events together. I always saw her as a very solid player, like very solid, safe, composed. Like if you give her the opportunity, she will like beat you very, very badly. But if not, look at she's going to remain super solid. But here she is going for the modern.
At GCL, everyone shows the other side of themselves. You know, you cannot be solid here. You have to be crazy because your team needs you to win. Draw is an option if your team is in lead. I love this game already. Look at this center G4, E4, D4. But black is very sneaky. You might think that white has the space advantage, but black is always waiting. And one wrong move here, and you can never take this pawns back, right?
Yeah, one wrong move and you're done, basically. Yeah, as black. So I think a huge risk taken by Harika here, but it kind of makes sense because she is almost 100 points above on paper, and if she wins with the black pieces, then that would mean that she gets 4 points, which is amazing.
Yeah, black pieces. I really wonder, was it which side choose the color here? You guys let us know in the comments if you know what happened. You know how they can know? They can go to the social media of GCL, follow our social media on X, known as Twitter, and also on Instagram or maybe on Facebook. All the fun videos and content will be updated there.
Yeah, there's also a very nice story that Katie is going to post very soon. So watch out for that as well. You know which one I'm talking about, Katie.
I do know.
Absolutely. And we have liftoff on the Vishy board. Let's jump right there. We have Vishy versus MVL. Oof. The Frenchman with 3 names. Spanish played by Vishy, and he responds with A6. And knight f6 is what happens. We are only seeing Harika's scam. If we can switch that, that would be amazing. And there it is.
There we have it.
And
It's amazing to see this matchup.
yeah, rookie 1 played by Vishy. Black goes b5. You have to. He retreats the bishop back to b3 quickly. Oh, I was gonna ask Marshall or no Marshall, but it seems like MVL is not in the mood to play the Marshall today.
Oh, he's just saying to me because I don't know this opening that well. I don't play it. I like Marshall though.
Yeah, I mean, but he's not in the mood for it. I believe this is called Zetsiv opening, if I remember correctly. I'm not super sure, but Vishy, has played a lot of games in this opening in the past, so he must be super well informed. For now, MVL goes rook e8 and offers a polite, draw offer because Vishy can go knight g5 here and retreat the knight back to f3.
Yes, exactly. That's not going to happen for sure. Knight d2 on the board. This knight will go all the way to f1, g3, maybe later on f5 too, if MVL allows that. You know what? I have the theory about this opening is that it is very slow. You're just building up, burning some time on the clock, and then craziness starts. I think after some time, but at the beginning, it's not very exciting for me.
Yeah, because in the beginning, I think it can be a bit slow. It can be a bit strategic in that sense. So I feel, if you've studied this position deep enough, then it can really favor you. But yeah, that's why I'm going to take Vishy here. I think he has a good chance because he must have looked at this position so many times in the past.
And you guys, one word in the chat, only one word. Is it Vishy or is it MVL? And we will know who you think is favored in this match. In case of a draw, we talked about this, they will just have half a point, not 4 or 3 points, which is really tempting to have.
The only way to make a draw between them is for everyone to make a draw, which is not gonna happen realistically speaking, especially because we have the recently crowned World Cup champion Vachier Sindarov, who's playing against Mamedyarov with the white pieces, and this is the current position. Sindarov has a slight pressure. I believe this is from Italian or Spanish, something like that.
Yeah.
Katie, what do you think? Who would you choose here and why?
Again, in my opinion, it is a very slow game for me. And then something might happen and will happen in the end. And very hard for me to decide which side because one side has to allow another to make some mistake, right? I don't see a lot of fireworks in this kind of positions as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think the fireworks maybe only happen if black gets to play d5.
d5, and that's it gets interesting, yeah.
Yeah, but right now I think d5 just looks dangerous because just your pieces are not ready for it. Like the queen has to come to d7, rook has to go to e8.
It's a little bit slow game. I have seen, I think Hikaru been playing h6, knight h7, knight g5 kind of ideas. Can be nice. When g4 has happened here, is he targeting somehow g4 square or not? That's not the idea here.
He's just trying to maybe develop the rook, maybe to e8 and maybe go for some d5 break later on in the game, which I think is quite nice. White, on the other hand, I'm not really sure what the plan is, because the most logical move seems to be, okay, if you put the knight somewhere to c4 and maybe you take the bishop on b6, it looks good, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do after that. I'm not really sure how to continue after this.
That's a good point. Shall we go to the other game? Maybe we have some interesting situations. In these two games, we have to come back later because we're going to have the actions at that moment.
Absolutely. So let's take a quick look at Vincent versus Wesley So happening on board 2. And here we have, I think, some French and King's Indian attack played by Vincent Keimer. And if memory serves me right, this was played in Grand Swiss somewhere. I'm not sure if it was, because this variation, I believe so. This bishop f4 move, it rings a bell. Like I'm sure in Grand Swiss someone played this. I'm not sure if it was Vincent, but someone went for this bishop f4 idea. And I remembered, as a chess player, when you look at a new idea, you are like, let me make a mental note of this so you can go back and look at it yourself. But I forgot to look at it, and now I'm just remembering it again. But yeah, white goes rook e1, bishop b7, a4, b4 happens, and here Vincent is in deep thought with 2.5 minutes down.
Yeah, we have seen that it's not very, very smart to burn too much time on the clock. No increment, guys. Only increment on the clock is if you reach move 40 safely. And also in this case, only 2-second increment. That's not much.
2-second increment is nothing for me. Because you are making the move, you're pressing the clock, that's 1 second already.
Exactly. It's possible to get flagged.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it's basically like playing a blitz game. 3+2, you also get a 2-second increment. But for me, like that's basically it's just exists. So if there is king rook, players just don't continue playing. Yeah, they can agree to a draw.
Exactly.
Essentially.
We have some talks in the chat about Magnus Carlsen not being here. This is the first time he's not here. Last 2 seasons he was here, and he really enjoys this format. And I think in general he enjoys very interesting formats. Something new, something challenging for him. And he just became a father of a lovely baby. So maybe he just wants to have his family time. And he played recently the event in South Africa, and then he will also play in Qatar. So basically, those players who are coming from South Africa here in Mumbai and then going to Qatar, this is no break in 1 month, right?
Yeah,
So
that's.
you have to choose, at some point.
I mean, considering the fact that he just became a father and playing 1 month of tournaments in 3 different countries just doesn't feel feasible. But
Exactly.
completely understandable why Magnus decided to not play. And
But besides that, we have a star lineup. We have the current world champion Gukesh here. We have legend Vishy here. We have a lot of superstars.
and there's Vincent Keimer. You cannot ignore
Giri
Vincent.
is here.
Giri is here.
here as well.
Of course. And so Vincent just played c4 in this position, which was the best move. I think he's putting some pressure on the center, and if black goes d4, it would always be a bad move because the knight can sort of jump to the e4 square via knight d2 and knight e4 and create some tension on the king side. So
Love that.
tough situation for Wesley here. You cannot push the pawn. You for sure should not take the pawn, because for the same reason I will get the e4 square. So what do you do?
I've been playing this kind of positions quite often, and I was having big struggle. Because white also has this idea of knight to g5 or first knight d2, get this knight on f1, sometimes on e3 or h2, g4, another knight goes also on g5, and I've been checkmated many times in that position. And then once I was just asked my coach, what should I do in this position? And his answer was wait in this position, don't castle on the short side yet, have this king in the center, and then if white starts this brutal attack on the king side, and castle on the long side in that position.
For sure.
And it worked for me. Definitely worked for me.
But it cannot work for Wesley because he's already castled.
He's already castle.
Wesley is in sometimes like, no, why did I castle on the short side? I could have gone long side.
I wonder what
Listen
is
to
his
Kitty.
idea. I wonder what is his idea, because when we have this kind of position, close center, sometimes you have moves like f6. But if you do here f6, you're gonna have the pawn on a6 hanging there. With a check.
Also, you would have moved the golden pawn. Sorry, I'm
golden
gonna be saying this a lot.
It's a new term for me.
I'm sorry.
I've never heard about it.
It keeps happening. Black goes rook b8, but the problem with taking on c3 and sort of recapturing on c3 was that now this b5 square is looking quite juicy for this knight, because now I can go knight a3.
Knight a3, knight b5. I love that.
Played by Vincent Keimer. Vincent, I think, looking very good to me in this position.
Really good. He is without his vest that we know that he loves to wear. He has to wear his jersey. I was just wondering if he gonna put his vest on his jersey, but he did not. But he has his lucky ring.
Oh, he has a lucky ring.
Yeah, he has a lucky ring. Our viewers can see that. Look at that.
Crazy.
And he just bought in this year, actually, the starting of the year, and he said that after that he has been winning a lot of rating, and he is not planning to take this ring down any moment.
The fact, I mean, you cannot deny the fact how much rating Vincent has actually won in the past, 8 months or so. I think his rise has been something that we should all, learn from, appreciate, because it has just been a treat to watch. And it's so sad that Vincent, is not in the next candidates.
It's also sad not to have Arjun in the
For sure.
candidates. There's so many people who deserves to be. I think it should be like 20 places there. I think even we could make it.
Yes, everyone should make it.
Yeah, everybody, let's go to the candidates. You guys, I saw the comment in the chat. Is this a FIDE-rated tournament? Of course, it is FIDE-rated tournament. In fact, FIDE is a partner of the event.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, after Queen c7, Vincent is thinking for a bit. Let's take a quick look at Polina versus Humpy, because Polina is not only having 5 minutes extra on the clock, but she also seems to be having a decent attack on the king side.
How she's going to, make it even more difficult for Black.
And for now, we have these two knights on e4 and e5, and then we have rook a c1 incoming. Maybe the knight can jump to c5.
Yeah, this bishop on h5 looks really stuck there. Yeah, I like this position as well. And what do you think about her new hairstyle? He cut her hair short. He colored her hair as well. I think she's very stylish. Look at this.
For sure. I think, but for me, I really cannot relate it to her previous hair, because this is, believe it or not, this is my first time actually seeing Polina Shivaleva.
Really?
I have commentated on her games before, but I don't think I've ever seen her before.
Never seen her in person.
You never saw her in person, so yeah.
Yeah, some interesting fact about Polina, if you don't know yet, she loves to play football. If there is a football tournament organized here in Mumbai, she'll be first player waiting for the bus to go to the football stadium.
So
She
is
loves
the
to play
reason?
football.
So the reason why she came here is because Messi is here.
Oh yes, so Messi is in Mumbai today, and we have seen thousands of fans walking in the street going to the stadium to see Messi.
I mean, this is why Polina is playing so fast, yeah, because she just wants to, finish the game quickly and
To go to Messi's game to see Messi.
Makes sense, I think.
Yeah, now we know.
Otherwise, how do you explain a 5-minute lead over Humpy G in this position, and a great position as well? By the way, attacking the b7 pawn with her last move and sort of provoking Black to go Queen c8. And if you go Queen c8, then the queen no longer eyes this diagonal anymore, and our queen can jump.
Queen d5. This is the moment you are going to get more pieces on the king side to even increase the attack.
Wow.
I like that.
I love this as well for Polina. I think she is doing really, really well. And taking a quick look at the junior board here between Ronak and Daneshwar Bhartia. Ronak has a double bishop advantage. However, Bhartiya has, I would say, more centralized pieces, well coordinated pieces, and more space as well. So fairly quite equal.
Seems like Birdie is the player who is also a newcomer to this tournament. He's only 18 years old, and his FIDE rating is 26-15. And it's so good to have some of the youngsters, coming at this kind of events and showing their best. He's from Iran. Or Iran, how you call
Iran.
it? Iran.
And we say
Yeah,
Iran.
Iran. We also say in Iran, and some people are correcting me, and I'm really confused. Again, the Ronak is known player for Indian community, also like global community for sure, and he has been here all the seasons.
Oh,
Party is the first comer here, and this is the first time. You need some time to understand what is happening.
For sure.
And somehow, I don't know, this position looks very interesting, obviously, but I like the idea for white here, something like G4, H4, G5. Maybe you can start to do some things on the king side.
Oh, that looks very tempting to me because you're not only advancing on the king's side, but you're also provoking the knight to take on e4. And as much as I love the double bishop advantage, I feel once you take on e4, the queen captures back, I believe white is very comfortably better because you have the good bishop, you have the centralized queen. This whole g4, g5 business is going to be even more dangerous then. I think this is looking quite good.
Looks quite good. Should we go to the first board and check it out?
Oh yes, someone in the chat also mentioned that Vishy was in some trouble here, and they were absolutely right. However, with his last move, it seems like he has saved the position somewhat because now there is just one move for MVL, which is knight f4. Not a very difficult one though.
Not very difficult. Hitting the pawn on g2 with the knight on f4, bishop on c6. That's a pretty move to play. And also looking for a d3 square, maybe you can do. Look, this knight g3, knight g4. White went for this idea of knight h2 and knight to g3. This is the only idea I know in this position. Knight f4 is here on the board. What's the time situation?
Vishy is down on the clock and down in the position as well. Not a great sign for the Ganges Grandmasters here. And this will be a loss with the white pieces, let's not forget.
Yes. Means that black gonna get 3 points if black wins this position.
4 points.
Oh, sorry, 4 points.
4 points is a lot of points in this format. And I think besides... Oh, look at this! Wait a second, am I seeing this wrong? Because Wait, how is this possible?
No.
Wait.
It is possible.
Did that actually just
Yes,
happen?
it
Wait,
just
what?
finished.
Guys,
We need to go to the game.
Wait.
Ronak against Bardia. What happened?
what? That is insane because Ronak here... Well, I'm not even... I'm at a loss of words here because his opponent just retreated the bishop back to b6. And Ronak played bishop a3 thinking that he can go rook takes rook. However, just queen takes a3 and this rook is defended.
What?
Wow, that's shocking to me.
Happens. We see ghosts sometimes at the chess game, but with 10 minutes on the clock. Oh no, this is a bad situation. Black gets 4 points for this win.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. 4 points for this blunder is really going to cost them. Wow, yeah, you can almost feel for Ronak here. This is
I can feel for him, yes.
This is very sad indeed, and I think we will switch back.
Now he has to pray for his teammates. He
Yes.
has to pray. Paulina is doing really good.
Let's take a quick look at how Polina is doing. Humpy, she just played f6. It's a blunder because...
It's a golden pawn, you don't touch that.
Absolutely.
What is the move here that white can play and get more advantage?
The move is actually not easy to spot here for white. You're supposed to go knight takes c6.
What? What?
I'm still trying to
What?
figure out why this is good because if you go pawn takes,
Oh, then you take the rook, bishop takes the rook. What is
queen
the...
takes, there is bishop.
Then bishop c7, yes. This much we see. But instead of queen takes, there will be bishop takes on e8. Let's see that line.
If you go bishop takes e8, then there is knight e6, and you attack the queen and you attack the bishop, and there is knight takes c7, which is a bit worrying here.
It is a 3-move tactic, but not so easy to figure it out. Do you think she's gonna go for it?
Well, if she's thinking, I think that's a good sign because she senses something on the board. But Humpy G also missed it. So
She missed it. Very often when you make the move, you just spot it in a second that there is a blunder.
the chat is also asking the question how a 2600
How it's possible to blunder like this?
I mean
You just see the ghost. You don't explain this kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we can just very quickly take a look here. By the way, she does not go for it.
Yeah.
I think the problem here is that he just didn't realize that the bishop is defending the d8 square. I'm assuming that's what it is. But it sounds almost too simple to believe it. It just feels like...
So you know what happened to me once? I played bishop on e3 with white pieces. I have not seen dark square bishop on c5 because I was really tired. I just did not see the piece on the dark square. So these kind of things happen. So you don't... I don't think there's there's no explanation here.
Absolutely. And by the way, Paulina does not go for knight takes c6. She plays knight e3 instead.
Yeah, this is a logical move. If it's a puzzle and you know that you have to solve the puzzle, you're gonna find knight to c6 move very soon. But she doesn't know that there's a tactic moment here. Knight d3. I like this move.
It's almost a puzzle rush moment. If it happens in a puzzle rush, you will go knight takes c6 without even thinking. But now after knight d3, which is a miss, bishop takes g3 and f takes g3, and now Humpy is almost back in the game, but still some pressure from the white side.
True. Shall we go to the game of Vishy against Maxim? Because Maxim seems to increase the pressure on the board. Knight still on f4, hitting the pawn on g2. Queen c2 has been played. My question is, can we just take the pawn on g2?
Yes, you can. It's a great question. And
where this queen came from?
I think he sacrificed something. After queen f5, he plays g6, knight f6, king g7, takes. And now the queen is attacked and the pawn on g2 is also attacked. So he just defends queen c2. And now bishop g2 or knight g2. I think this is what MVL is sort of thinking about.
Which move to play now? I think I like bishop g2 first.
Actually, like knight takes g2 is the stronger move out of the two. And the difference is, I believe, is that after bishop g2, there is knight e2. But it's hard to judge this.
You know why I would say that? Then I have this move, bishop to a8. I thought I was so smart. With this move, or bishop to b7, you are freeing the square for the queen on c6, so you put
Yes, that's actually very clever. But however, the problem is that if you go knight f4, you cannot capture here because this rook takes rook. So black has to play queen c6. I believe this was your idea. And there is bishop d5, a nice little intermezzo which stops black's in its tracks. And MVL, seeing all of this, goes knight takes g2, which is the best move in the position, and Vishy in deep trouble, and this is their second loss with the white pieces.
Oh, not so good. But the game is still on. Time... We just saw a huge blunder in the other match, so we might have something happening in this game.
Ronald's thing was almost unbelievable at this point, yeah? Wow. But yeah, I mean, Vishy is looking a bit lost to me. The only way that the Ganges Grandmasters can make a comeback... Paulina,
Stavrola,
and Sindarov. 3 players have to win with the white pieces and score a collective, 9 points?
Yes.
Because their opponents already have 8 points with the black pieces.
Oh, what about Vincent? We forgot about Vincent, actually. He's the one who actually has the advantage. Slight advantage.
Actually, the advantage seems to have slipped away for Vincent. Because he was a bit better in this position, or a bit earlier, but he goes rook bc1, bishop a3, and he made actually a brilliancy with bishop d3.
I love that.
Because if you capture, I guess there is bishop h7 check business. And black goes h6, and then now just, maybe move the rook somewhere. I mean, practically, I like Vincent's chances, but
But if you move the rook somewhere, don't you lose the pawn on c3?
Yes, that's a great question. And indeed, we do. But what just happened here?
We jumped to the game of the Anand and MVL, and we saw that it was knight g2, correct move by MVL.
Yeah. So this was the position.
Maybe you have to give up the rook. Oh, sorry, exchange in this position.
If I go rook cd1, no, I'm still wondering what happens after queen c3. Is there anything we're missing here? Apparently, that's a bad move.
Oh, how come?
You are supposed to go queen e2
Okay.
and just pretend that the
Nothing
pawn.
happened. You want to play queen. Wait, there's knight hanging on d4, but you better not capture that knight because bishop h7 check.
Absolutely,
That's
nicely
tricky.
spotted. And this bishop takes h6 ideas as well in the air as well. So that is the problem in this position after bishop d3 and h6. But right now, Vincent is thinking and is about 4.5 minutes down in comparison to his opponent. And let's not forget, he has no increment for the next 15 moves.
Oh, that's not much of a time. That's not much of a time. Tricky position. He has to make decision now. Either move the rook, and he just did rook to d1. It's a correct move.
Yes.
On the screen, we still have the footage of Anand against Will. This is the icon board.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can switch to that board as well to see
Yes.
how it's going. But looks like Vishy is in deep trouble here. Knight g2 and knight h4 was played by MVL, and now he's just spoiled for choices. You can go queen h3, you can go knight f3, you can go bishop f3. You can just capture a pawn with whatever you want, and you're just going to be winning.
Absolutely, and I think all these moves are just perfectly fine.
Another sort of concerning thing here is that Vishy is down by 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Vincent is down by 4.5 minutes. So it's two boards with the white pieces who are currently down on the clock, which I think is a huge problem. But yeah, after rook e3, now MVL is the one taking a quick.
Oh, this is a moment you
Think.
enjoy. You have 10 minutes, you have perfect position, and why not to enjoy every second of it and double check all the lines. Knight takes f3, gives a check. You don't want to take this knight, obviously, and give up your exchange. You have to move the king. You don't want to move the king on g2 or h1. Just step on the light squares, and this bishop will be actually just attacking. He's just losing
It's
the queen.
Too
Have to go
much.
where?
Knight d4 check is there, knight e1 check is there. If you put the king on f1, there is queen takes h3 with a check. So queen f2 only. Oh, he goes rook f3. He's.
Oh, what is his idea with this? Maybe rook
I think maybe because he's out of ideas, he has to play this. Yeah, because
He has
what
to
else?
play. Look at this. No, he has some ideas. Bishop takes f7,
Ooh,
attacking the rook and the pawn on g6. If you take this bishop back, what happens? Is
Can I-
that
If I go here, king takes f7,
rook f1,
rook f1.
e4, knight e4?
Ooh, you're very sharp today. Okay, wait, rook f1, e4, knight. Apparently, I'm still winning.
With
I
black,
didn't believe it, but apparently I am. I think there's queen f5 or something. Queen f5, and I think I just attack this and I get away from the pin, and I think this is GG. Oh, by the way, he goes king f7 as well. I think we are going to go into that line.
That was the practical chance, only practical chance here for Anand.
Yeah, by the way, people asking what's the time control. The time control is 20 plus 0. But after move 40, there's going to be a 2-second increment for both players. Right
Yeah.
now, we're at move 34.
This is a fantastic time control because chess without increment is always fun, but there is also need in some positions to have some increment. So I think that it's a very good balance.
Yeah,
E4
for
is
sure.
on the board, and you don't have much of the choices. You have to take this, and we have a hand.
She resigns, and with
Vishy
that,
64 is his jersey number.
well, I mean, it's fitting, no? It's almost
I
fitting.
love it.
But yes, with that loss, looks like Upgrad Mumbai Masters have won their second game with the black pieces, and which is huge because now they are in lead with 8 points, and all the other boards still going on. Let's quickly take a look at Vincent versus Wesley because look at this.
Whoa. Knight sacrifice?
Wait, this match is not over. We thought it was over, but Vincent says no.
Look at that glance Vincent gave to Wesley. This is the moment when you do something nice and you want to double check on your opponent's face.
Oh yes, oh yes. We have Queen G6 incoming, or Bishop takes H6 also. 3 brilliancies played by Vincent Keimer, like almost back to back, which is, I think, insane. There's Queen G6 and Bishop H6, 2 different moves. I think both of them are quite promising.
They are looking really good. 2 minutes 50 seconds for Vincent to calculate. He has to do it very fast. Wesley pretends that it's not even his board. Look at him, he's just looking to the other side, checking other games. So players have the access to check what's happening to the other boards. They need to know. It's a team competition. They need to know what is happening on the other boards. So they have the big screen there, so they can see.
So how do you think Wesley's feeling? I mean, he knows probably his position is bad, but he sees that one guy has won with the black pieces, and okay, the icon board also just won with the black pieces.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe he would feels a bit better, yeah, after that.
You don't want to be the player who is the reason why the team lost.
Of course, of course.
So, of course, it's not a great. Is there Vishy sitting there?
Oh yes, that is Vishy. Vishy is.
I love this. This is something new, actually. Last 2 seasons, the players were having the separate rooms, players' room, and it was divided into 2 parts, and they were hanging out there. This time, it is like in football, right? They have these players there sitting and watching the
Yeah, he's just there, and just telling his teammates, this is it. This is the last opportunity. I'm also.
He's very nervous. Look at his. He's biting the nails. He's very nervous.
It must be a nerve-wracking thing, no? Because 2 losses with the white pieces for any team, I think, is quite brutal to endure. However, on the bright side, Vincent is winning. Sindarov is much better against Mamedyarov, and then Shuvalova is also much better against Humpy as well.
Yeah.
So if they 3 win and Stavrula just holds the position down,
Yes.
then Ganges Grandmasters can still win the match.
Yeah, that's the plan. That is what's going now in the mind of Vishy Anand. You have just to wait and trust in your teammates.
There it
Bishop
goes.
takes on h6. This is the move.
Bishop takes h6 has been played. I think there is a slight delay
Yeah,
on
just
the.
a slight delay, but who could see that on the screen?
I'm curious what he played as his previous move, because we could show that to the chat as well. I believe he went king f8 or something and bishop h6 was taken. But meanwhile, the board is updated. Maybe we can take a look at Sindarov's board as well against Mamedyarov. And this is the current position. Knight f5 was his last move. What a legend this knight is.
Yes, it's a legend itself. I love this.
Yeah,
knight.
absolute goat right there. Black goes rook e5. There is a draw at hand, but Sindarov is of course not going to accept that. Firstly, because he's better, and secondly, because
They have to wait the other games.
his
You cannot
team
just take it.
really needs the win. That is for sure. And the question is, how does he continue? And by the way, Sindarov having 2.5 minutes, so he's about a minute and a half lower than Mamedyarov here.
Oh, do you know, Mahindra have some time even to just, chill a little bit. But the game of Vincent and Wesley, this might end in a draw very fast because we had some sacrifices which was not correct.
Oh, so that's a huge mess from Vincent
You
Keimer.
were right. Black played here king to f8 and there's no way to win.
Oh, that
The
is.
game ended in a draw.
Oh, maybe he should not have gone for queen.
Bishop h6 was an inaccuracy, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe he just didn't believe in the position. Yeah, he probably thought that here, the best he can hope for is a draw, which is a bit strange, actually.
He just missed something. I think he just miscalculated something in this position.
So anyway, that's second board, and with that, we have 3 matches remaining.
It looks really, really, really good for Upper Mumbai Masters.
And basically, all 3 of them have to end in a win for white. If it does not, then Upgrad Mumbai Masters would be the winners of the first day.
That's right. So Polina Shuvalova is the biggest hope right now for Ganja's Grandmasters. She has very nice advantage in the end game. The other games are still in progress.
There it is. It's the game of Shuvalova versus Humpy, and that's a blunder by Humpy. I believe probably caused by time pressure in this scenario. She had to go knight c5 and not knight c7, and now Shuvalova, I think, is going to win this match.
I kind of like Black's active king here on d4, but the moment you grab the pawn on b2, then now I'm gonna sneak on the other side with my king, with king d3, king d4.
Right, so maybe Shuvalova can just wait for the king to go to c4, b3 and b2, and white can just chop off this pawn on f5 and run with the king to the h6 pawn. Yep, that's exactly what she's going for.
That's the plan.
And I think this should be winning.
14 seconds for Humpy, that's not much of a time. They have reached the 40 moves, it's move 51 already, but 2 seconds not too much, especially in the bad position.
Correct. Black goes king b2, king g4 happens, and now let's bring the king to h5. I think that's W right there.
Well, it is, Shuvalova is the player who will not miss this chance.
Yeah.
This is a player, very technical player. She knows that she's winning, and it's going to be a very nice convert of the game.
Yep, absolutely. I think you couldn't have said it better. King h5. This is textbook stuff. You take the pawn on h6, you take the pawn on g5.
What is happening in the game of Sindro and Mamedyarov? You have too much happening here.
Oh wait, Sindarov having 34 seconds on the clock.
Oh my goodness.
Sindarov is super stressed, I think, because he has 9 moves to make.
Look at him just rolling these 2 pieces at the same time, simultaneously.
Even one of my co-commentators, Sahil, has also pointed this out in the past, that he does it so quickly.
Yeah. Is this goal in this situation?
Yes, actually, it would be. It would be.
This is a situation.
This would be goal. All the Indians watching in the chat. I mean, I've been teaching her some Hindi, and this is one of the words. Yes.
For whatever reason, I know this word. Why he sacrificed a knight on h6? We were saying the knight is a legend.
Yes, it was a legend, but I think he's waiting for this knight to join on f5 and go with the queen g7 mate. I think that is what he's planning. He goes queen e8. By the way, knight f5. Let's go. That's a blunder.
What's a blunder? I don't know why it's a blunder, but on knight f5.
Queen f8. Bishop takes rook. Bishop takes bishop, and he cannot bring the queen back to h3, and he has 7 moves to make before he gets
He
a 2-second increment.
Pawn on e4.
He takes on e4. That's a mistake, a huge one, a huge mistake by Sindarov here.
Now after knight g4, I don't know what he's gonna do. Oh, queen h6.
Queen takes h6, knight takes h6. Let's not forget that Mamedyarov also about to be in time pressure as well. Oh, looks like Solaki is also losing to Harika as well with the white pieces, and with that, I think the Ganges Grandmasters will have lost their first match against Upgrad Mumbai Masters.
Yeah, the fans of all the players in the Ganges Grandmasters should not worry about this because this is the format.
Blunder, a huge. Wait, what? There was rook d8 check apparently, which was
checkmate on the g8.
Yeah, it was checkmate. Yeah, and that was a blunder, a huge blunder. But rook f1, knight g5. Anyway, he has 4 seconds left though. He's checking the other games to see.
Stavrula and Harika has also finished. Let me check very quickly the result. Harika managed to win, so actually our Grand Mumbai Masters won already the match.
Oh wow.
Very nice play.
Wow. They have won the match with the black pieces itself. I mean, 3 wins from the black pieces is too many wins.
It's a fantastic win. And this is a team that in the first season they were in the finals fighting for the title.
Oh wow. That's huge. He goes
and
mate in 3.
Resignation.
And there it is. Mamedyarov hands them the fourth loss with the white pieces. And with that,
Wow, what a match!
wow.
What a match!
Did not expect that. Did
No,
not
it
expect
started
4 wins for black.
Yeah, it started so slow, and I was like, "Oh my god, what to talk?" This is the worst situation for the commentator when there's not much, but we always believe that something gonna happen.
No, something will always happen in this time format. When there is no increment on the clock, something always happens.
Oh, it's gonna happen. So what happened in this game? We do have on the first board Maxim Vachier-Lagrave winning against Vishy Anand, but that was not the first game that actually finished in this game. It was Ronak who blundered his bishop in one move.
Yeah, that's, the more I show it, the more unbelievable it becomes. To those who are just joining us right now, Ronak Sadhwani in this position plays bishop to a3.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
And
This
just...
is a movie you will never forget in your life.
Yes, for sure. I think that he will take this move. He will remember this move for a very, very long time.
Very long time.
And black just goes queen a3 and just wins the game in 26 moves, handing his team his first loss with the white pieces. The second game to finish, I believe, was Vishy's match, MVL versus Vishy. Then
Correct.
Vincent, in a winning position, kind of takes this pawn on h6, which was a bit strange.
Maybe he had to do that earlier when he had chance to choose between queen g6 and bishop h6.
Yes,
Take the pawn when you have
precisely,
time.
precisely, and it was winning at this point, which was, I think, quite nice. A very good advantage here for white, but it felt like Vincent just sort of didn't believe in his advantage there and just agreed to a draw. The fourth match, of course, Polina, who converted the endgame very nicely with the white pieces. So, first and the only game to have that white has won in this entire match, which is crazy.
Yes.
And the last match, of course, or
White
second
card.
last match, Harika destroying.
Yeah. Starrola actually started really nicely at the beginning, but it was very nice strategy for Harika to start a little bit slow. The same question: who do you think is going to be the best player of this match?
Best player of this match. I really don't want to say. I really don't want to say Ronak's opponent like Bardeshwar, because for me that's the biggest shock, because
Biggest upset would
biggest
go
upset, yeah.
to that game for sure.
biggest upset. Yes, I
Yeah,
think
maybe MVL. Paulina also played a really nice game.
But Polina's team didn't win.
It's okay to choose the. It's okay to choose.
No,
the
it's okay to
player,
do that.
yes.
Yeah, then I'll choose Polina, I guess.
Okay.
Also, if Vincent won, he had
He would be, yes.
three brilliances
He
in
would
a
be
row.
the player, yes, that's right. In India, we're really spoiled with a lot of things, and I have to just mention that we got this lovely drink here. You guys, cheers. Is that the bamboo drink?
I'm not sure what it is, but I've been having a
Is it
sip
a
of
Huh?
sugarcane. It's a sugarcane juice.
Is it even bamboo drink? Like, it's not a drink, right?
it's really famous, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, this one I had in Goa.
Oh, really?
I had
Okay.
in Goa, and I saw them squeezing it themselves, and kind of looked like a bamboo too. So I thought it was
Amazing.
So cheers! It's really nice.
Cheers, cheers.
And
Let's go.
really fresh, refreshing.
Absolutely. And with that, we'll take a very short break and be back with more action.
भारत का अपना सोलर, Navitas Solar, India's finest module manufacturer. We bring the power behind every winning move.
You Mumbai new champions of season 2015.
Table tennis season 6 winner. You Mumbai GT.
भारत का अपना सोलर, Navitas Solar, India's finest module manufacturer. We bring the power behind every winning move.
You Mumbai new champions of season 2015.
Table tennis season 6 winner. You Mumbai GT.
भारत का अपना सोलर, Navitas Solar, India's finest module manufacturer. We bring the power behind every winning move.
You Mumbai new champions of season 2015.
Table tennis season 6 winner. You Mumbai GT.
भारत का अपना सोलर, Navitas Solar, India's finest module manufacturer. We bring the power behind every winning move.
You Mumbai new champions of season 2015.
Table tennis season 6 winner. You Mumbai GT.
भारत का अपना सोलर, Navitas Solar, India's finest module manufacturer. We bring the power behind every winning move.
You Mumbai new champions of season 2015.
Table tennis season 6 winner. You Mumbai GT.
Come on, guys, hurry up.
अरे सुन ना, एक ब्रेक ले लेते हैं.
Guys, I'm telling you, तुम लोगों को सही से ट्रैकिंग नहीं आता. But that's okay, you can learn. रोज का ढक्कन देना. तो ये रेड वाला है, सही वाला देना.
वो ढक्कन. पहले तो सही पानी पीना.
Manikchand Oxyrich, proudly Indian.
मैजिक हो या मार्केट्स, पैटर्न समझना ही स्किल है. जैसे फायर्स के एडवांस चार्ट्स, एडवांस इंडिकेटर्स से मार्केट्स के लेटेस्ट पैटर्न समझो और ट्रेड करो डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द चार्ट्स.
Fires, for those who are born to trade. Investment in securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
And welcome back, everyone, for the final round of today's match. This one is going to be between the American Fire Gambits versus the PBG Alaskan Knights. And
That's right. People were asking where is Gukesh? And this is a legit question, of course. You want to see Gukesh playing the current world chess champion, and we're here in India. Of course, everyone wants to see that.
of course, all over the world. And Gukesh is going to be playing against who?
Against actually one of the best chess players. He's right now by the rating number 3. He's between number 2 and number 3. And this is Hikaru Nakamura. Big matchup.
So, prepare the popcorn and hide the king. Because because it's going to be proper fire on the board, and the Alaskan Knights, as we can see, have chosen the black color this time against the American Fire Gambits, which means that Gukesh is going to be playing with the black pieces against Hikaru Nakamura, just like he did in that match between India and USA.
Yeah, that was a really crazy matchup, and we all remember because of the king not the king throw in the audience. Was someone get damaged there? Because like just imagine throwing the king in the crowd.
Someone did get damaged. It was a lot of Indian fans, who when they saw it, they
were like, no.
It was okay. It's all for fun and stuff. Of course, taking nothing away from Hikaru Nakamura, he played a fantastic game against the world champion, the current world champion. And we have, of course, other boards here as well. There is board 2, which is going to be a Rapport versus Arjun Erigaisi, and that match is going to be heavenly to watch.
Oof.
I believe
it's going to be a really, really nice match. But you know what? When we have two amazing players playing against each other, they're not going all in. They are like careful. Because they know the strength of the opponent. So very often this kind of matchup that you think it's going to be really, really nice, it just ends in a draw.
I will bet my house on the fact that Rapport and Arjun is not going to be a draw.
How?
Because it is not possible. Because Rapport is, of course, one of the most creative players in of our generation.
Yeah, I take it
And
off.
Arjun. We have an agreement. We have an agreement, and there is not going to be a draw in this match. And I will say that Arjun, of course, I've been a long time Arjun fan. I think it's not a secret anymore. And I want Arjun to, take down Rapport with the black pieces. It's going to be so much fun. But of course, we are that's only the board 2.
Yeah.
Then there is board 3 between Artemiev and Lenier Dominguez, which is again, I think, a very close match.
But we have here the age difference between these two players. Dominguez, absolute favorite, chess player of many USA chess fans, I would say. And not only, he has been in the world of chess for many years. Artemiev is much younger. And he is also a very strong speed chess player. We have seen him online tournaments, being the beast. We have seen him at the Blitz and Rapid also, being at the top boards. And he's also new at this edition.
For sure. And I think if you're younger, it definitely helps you play speed chess a bit better in comparison to someone who's experienced, I think. It's a known thing. Maybe it doesn't apply to every single player, but we can say it applies to the majority. So, in that sense, Lenier Dominguez with the black pieces playing against Artemiev. Dominguez is, much stronger on paper though. I think Dominguez's peak was what, 2750?
Yes, very, very, very strong player. I can just very quickly check.
I'm pretty sure like his peak was maybe even higher than that, like 2770. I wouldn't be surprised if his peak was lower than that. But in that sense, I mean, for sure his peak
his peak was 20.
No, must be more. That's
not written, right?
No. If we go to like over here and if you search his name, you should be able to find it. But yeah, his peak was definitely higher. We're just checking it out. And of course, against Artemiev, they're still pretty close. But I'd say that maybe because Artemiev is younger, he has a slight maybe preference there. Then we have board 4 between Bibisara. It's 2768, yeah? 2768 was the peak of Dominguez, by the way.
And oh wow, this is fantastic rating.
Yeah, amazing. And then we have Bibisara versus Sara.
Bibisara versus Sara. Yeah, nice. Two very young and wonderful people, very strong players. Bibisara, 2 times World Rapid or Blitz champion.
I think it was World Blitz.
Blitz champion. Yeah, Blitz champion. And Sara herself, she has been also 2 times vice champion of World Rapid and Blitz. Remember this amazing year when she got the prize as the best female chess player by all the points calculated together as a Blitz and the Rapid.
Oh, really? I did not know this, but wow, that's actually very...
And you know what? I was at that time really afraid of flights. I was just panicking and I hated to flight. And after the tournament, we had the same flight. We were going from Moscow or from Petersburg somewhere, I don't know, probably in Turkey. And I was so scared. The plane is shaking and only hope for me was like, if something and Sarah is there with her big trophy in the plane. It's okay. Nothing gonna happen there. Amazing two players. This is the match we're gonna keep the eye on. Then we have Theodora Inyat. Someone knows how to pronounce her name.
Theodora Inyat, I think, is correct. And then she plays against Katrina Lagno. Again, two very, very strong chess players. Theodora, of course, a current women's European champion, if I'm not mistaken. I believe she lost the first match. She was winning, but she lost the first match. She blundered like a mate in 3, mate in 4, something like that. And then she went on to win the match. Well, sorry, win the entire event by some 10
Oh
of 11.
yes, she won
something
all
crazy.
the games. She lost the first game and then
Yes.
she won all the games.
Something crazy like that. And it was, I think, a treat to
Yeah,
watch.
she went crazy.
Yeah.
This is what happened to her. Like, I was really thinking something went crazy to her. And Katerina herself, she has won so many titles, not the World Championship title in Classical. I still remember her heartbreaking blunder of the Queen on G6. You guys, I don't know how much you know about that game, but I remember that. She is the player that was very promising. You know why? Because at the age of 12, she became a woman grandmaster. And nowadays, maybe you guys might say, like, oh, so big deal. There are like other players becoming grandmasters, but we're talking about that age, at that time, so when she became a woman grandmaster at the age of, in 2007, there was a big thing at that time.
Of course.
That was a huge thing.
I think even in today's world, that's a huge thing to have that title at such a young age. I mean, it's definitely something special. And also, you know, about the whole World Championship thing, Lagno is playing the candidates next year. So if she manages to win, then she can challenge the current women's world champion,
one more time,
Shu Jin, and then she can take her, you know, she can sort of, I mean, she is on track to being the women's world champion, but let's see what happens. For now,
very strong player indeed.
These are the 5 matches, and there's one more between Volozar Murdin and Murzin. Volozar Murdin. Wait, am I saying this right? I don't think I'm saying this right. Versus,
Stop it.
you know, the whole time, just so everyone knows, the whole time I was correcting Katie.
Yes.
Like, I was telling her, no, this is not how you say this.
Wait, you were not joking? I thought you were just
No, I was being serious.
Oh no.
So now I have messed it up, but now I'm not even gonna attempt it anymore.
Calling that karma or what? So you guys, here we have these notes that we I made a mistake. I really thought his name was Voldemort, and he corrected me.
Maybe
and
it is. Maybe
you
it
laughed
is.
at me, and you see, now you made a mistake yourself.
Oh wow! And he plays against Daniel Darda, Belgian #1. I believe he's the current Belgian champion as well. And
very strong player.
Very strong player in his own regard. And these are the current matchups. Which match are you looking forward to the most besides Hikaru versus Gukesh?
I've already opened my mouth to say that. I'm gonna go with Bibi Sara against Sara.
Bibi Sara versus Sara, yeah?
That's very interesting.
Who is the strongest Sara?
So it's the strongest Sara. We had to settle this out on this table right now. As I know, I think they are very good friends as well. But I don't know, how is it when you're at the chessboard? Somehow, it's friendship is, you have to just not bring that at the board.
Of course. I'm so happy there's no chess players called Sahaj, because that, you know, it would then there would be an actual battle, yeah. Then who's the stronger Sahaj? And right now I feel for these two players, and good luck. Good luck to both of them. I hope they win.
Indeed. So how many minutes before they start? 15 minutes before the players start the games, but before that they will be walking into the playing venue. We are right now in the Royal Opera House in Mumbai. It is an amazing place. It is quite crowded. A lot of fans are here lined up to meet their favorite chess players and get the photos, get the signatures, see their games in action. And as we know, a lot of top players, Gukesh himself or Prague, they were huge fans of Vishy or other chess players, and they were going for these tournaments like this, and they had the inspiration.
For sure. And I think we are also, I think a lot of people looking at Gukesh now would be inspired. I mean, he's inspiring the next generation.
Yeah,
of
maybe
chess players.
someone future world champion right now is there in the crowd watching this game.
100%. I mean,
Planning how
sure.
to train chess.
I mean, if you walk down the street in Mumbai, I'm pretty sure Gukesh is very recognizable. Yeah, I think these days and he has that effect where I think he's a household name in India these days. So for sure.
Exactly. In Goa, we had a situation when we had to accompany the top players, including Gukesh and Prague, like mostly local players, by the security. And these guys were huge.
Wow.
Like there were 5-6 guys walking from the playing venue together with them going to the hotel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's the Gukesh effect, yeah.
Yes. This is also Prague was one of those.
Of course. I mean, both of them, I think, have that.
We haven't seen it because you were in the fan zone doing the commentary.
Yes.
So
Here is Katie, trying to flex that because we were completely on the other side, while we were commentating, and we had different passes as well. So they could come to our hall whenever they wanted, but we could not, yeah. So she's trying to insert that in the conversation somewhere.
True. I wonder who was the best player of the match. Do we have any information of that?
Best player of the match for
the
this
previous match, yes.
If we look at the best player, I believe. Okay, the most sort of beautiful mate that happened was probably between Sendarov and Mamedyarov.
I know who is the best player.
Who is it?
Because I saw the video.
And who is it?
Tell me.
Should I tell you?
Yes, go ahead.
Should I? Do I have 6 guesses? Because it's 6 players.
7.
Okay, so it was. Okay, it has to be MVL, I think.
MVL.
It was MVL?
No, it was not MVL.
It was not
Wesley So. Can we see why Wesley So was the...
Okay, why is Wesley So the man of the match in this situation? This was the... I mean, do you want to check the game from the start or...
From this moment, I guess. It was where...
So, there was this knight takes... Okay, let's start from this moment onwards. He played queen e2, brilliancy, bishop c5, knight takes e6, another brilliancy. Black goes pawn takes e6, and there is queen g4 attacking the pawn on e6, and also it's kind of threatening bishop h6 as well. Black goes rook e8, and now you go queen g6. King f8 happens, and now rook c1, queen b4, and bishop h6 was a mistake. I'm not really sure why this is. Why make this maximum? How do you call it, the man of the match or?
I don't know this year how it's called.
I think it's man of the match.
Man of the match, okay.
Something like that.
I'm just assuming that I don't have the 100% information. I just text in our group so we can get the information later on. But usually we have the interview with a player who is the man of the match.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can see the interview being held at this point. And there it is. I think we have the matches are beginning very soon. Oh wait, I think Sara is playing against Teodora Inyach. So slight change here because looks like we're not gonna be having the match of who is the stronger Sara anymore. I think they're also choosing.
I really wonder if the teams can mix the players after they know the color.
No, for sure not, no? Or they can, you think? Oh, maybe the second and the third board can be changed.
Because they don't know the pairings. At least they have to have this chance to change not the first board, the icon players they can change, but I think they might have this chance to change the players.
Maybe possible, for sure. But yeah, as far as we can see, Sara is playing against, Sara Khadim that is, she's playing against Teodora Inyach, the current European Women's Champion.
Yeah, you know what I like about GCL? That every year they're trying to change something from the previous year experience. You know, last year there was no time increment. We had this crazy game of Vidith against Abdusatro. It went really, really wild. And this year they just decided maybe they can have 2 seconds increment of 40 moves. So every year there is something, and this is how you see development of the tournament. You know, it's not just one rule that they are following. They're creating their own rules, and I love this.
That's actually a nice point that you have mentioned here. And by the way, we do have updates, but we are having multiple votes here. I believe this is the match that everybody is
looking. We have 2 Hikaru Nakamura against 2 Gukesh. Very good, thank you very much. That's really nice.
In case anyone is wondering which color they're playing from, it's both actually. I'm just kidding. I think we heard the video where they were saying they're playing with the black pieces. Alaska Knights, their coach Abhijit Kunte has chosen the black color. So I believe Gukesh is going to be black, and Srinath is he's the coach of the American
Gambit.
Yeah, and they are going to be white in this scenario.
Fire American Gambit, because they have a new sponsor this year.
Oh.
And they have a new name. It's not only American Gambits that was previous here, they are Fire American Gambits.
Absolutely, fire.
Let's see how much fire they can put on the board.
Wait. As soon as we said fire, the entire match has vanished. Yes. Ooh, that's sad.
Yes, the match is back.
Someone saying thanks for all the correct pronunciations, Sahaj. I'm not sure if you're trying to.
What?
Wait, which correct pronunciation did I watch this time? Was it Volodar? Volodar Mursin. Yes, that is correct.
Okay, guys, we have some time to chat with you. So I think 9 minutes more before the start. So let us know what you're curious about. We have all the information you want to know. So ask us the questions in the chat. And also make sure that you let us know who are you rooting. Is it Hikaru's team? Is it Gukesh's team? Which one would you pick?
Yeah, which one? I mean, that's a good question. Yeah, who would you choose, Hikaru or Gukesh? But I mean, that's, I think for me, in the previous match that I covered, in the previous event that I covered, the freestyle, I was getting a lot of questions from the chat asking me who is your favorite to win the candidates and who is going to challenge Gukesh and stuff like that. And I think Hikaru has a very good chance, for example. So you could be seeing a potential, world championship match between Hikaru and Gukesh start right here.
Start right here, right now. Yeah, why not? Why not? Very interesting matchup indeed. Hikaru is the best of rapid chess and blitz chess. Gukesh is the world champion. So
interesting. Okay, so I think now we have the correct matches. Let's do a roundup of this one more time. We have Hikaru versus Gukesh. We got this right. Then we have Artemiev versus Arjun. A little sort of sad about this because I would have loved to see Rapport versus Arjun.
No house.
Rapport versus Arjun would have been, I think.
No house betting anymore.
Oh yeah. I'll still take the same odds with Arjun. This match not being a draw. There is no way Arjun
will not be a draw.
Arjun is going to win. But I'm being a bit biased here, but I think Arjun is a very aggressive player, and this kind of format really suits him well. So I think he's going to come up with something crazy. Then we have Rapport versus Lenier, and then we have Bibi Sara versus Lagno, and then we have Theodora Ignach versus Sara. So 2 matches we were looking forward to the most. Who's the strongest, Sara? And of course, Hikaru versus Gukesh. And then we have...
And also I think the project board is also very interesting. You never know what these guys are capable to do. We have Murzin here, the current world Blitz champion.
Rapid.
Rapid.
Blitz was a share, no? They shared the title.
Rapid champion.
Rapid champion, yes.
And Daniel Darda is very, very, very creative chess player, and in Europe is one of the top players.
Oh yeah, for sure. Daniel Darda, I think 2650 or so on paper, very, very strong. Of course, Murzin is as well a super strong player in his own regard. I think more or less the match is pretty evenly matched. The only match I think where the American Gambits have a slight sort of advantage, or the American Fire Gambits, the slight advantage is the match between Hikaru and Gukesh, I feel. Simply because I think they're playing with the white pieces, and Hikaru is a stronger, fast player in comparison to the world champion. What are your thoughts on that?
I think I agree with that. I think I really agree with that. But like the moment we can speculate a lot of things, right? Before the game starts. And the moment game starts, we have just to follow the moves because if it's your day, it can be just your day. And anything else will not just matter.
So who's your favorite?
Who's trying to escape?
She was trying to kind of, find her way, but we bring her back right into the same place. And what do you think is going to happen more? This is going to go there, or do you think this is going to go here? Because one king is going to be thrown.
Do you think it will be another king toss?
No.
In this match, Hikaru won, right?
Yes.
I think in this time format, I would bet for Hikaru.
You will say Hikaru? Okay, Hikaru is having the white pieces, so this king is about to be thrown somewhere, most likely, according to you.
Yeah. But also it's not a blitz, so Gukesh is very, very good to handle the situations when he has enough time.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
But okay, he does seem to have enough time. I think 20 minutes is more than enough, but it's just when you are in that time scramble, can be a bit challenging. But let's see. It's very excited that Hikaru is here in Mumbai. We have Messi and Hikaru and Gukesh, all of these people.
And us.
We are also here.
We're also here. By the way, if anyone cares, that's true.
Kinda here, yeah.
Yes. So, Mumbai is the biggest city, right, in India.
Maharashtra. So Mumbai is a city and Maharashtra is a state. Maharashtra is the biggest state in India.
State, yes.
Yeah, but Mumbai is like a part of it. But it's in the sense it's the financial capital of India.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Coastal, of course, very nice food, very nice people. I think
coming from this small country, 3 million population all around the world. When I walked out from the airport, I was a bit scared. There was so much people and so much cars, and I was like, where to go now?
Mumbai is lovely. Like I think people are also very chill, very calm. It's just super nice. On one of the days we can go somewhere and I can show you around. It's really, really nice.
Yes, we know that. PBG Alaska Knights today had a tour.
Yes,
to the temple.
Yes.
And let's see how much blessings they got from the temple. Will they be lucky to win the match? And it's such a nice thing, to hang out with your teammates and just know them better. Because in a team competition, you need to be friends. You need to know each other. It's just not like, I'm going to go to my room and get ready for the game and then we'll meet each other at the playing venue. They need to be very, very close.
Absolutely. I think it's super important to build that camaraderie between the teams. And I think it was, the name is kind of slipping me, but it's a really famous temple in India. And I remember it was the Amarnath temple, I think. And because I was also looking it up and I wanted to visit myself. And I think it's a great activity to do, especially before the thing has begun. This can be a quite.
And also Gukesh was there. We saw the photos. Gukesh was there too. As a current world champion, he's missing a lot of actions lately because you just mentioned that he's very popular and it's not so easy to move around.
I'm sure that when they visited the temple or when they were going around, he was getting recognized everywhere. For sure,
Did you just heard some screaming from outside? I heard it. They are announcing the players.
Oh yeah.
And we have some of the...
Probably they just announced Gukesh's name and he just sat on the board and people are just cheering for him.
Yeah. Going crazy. Probably that's the case.
Kings. It's about the king.
That's the case indeed. And we don't have that footage, unfortunately. But trust, guys, all the players are right now at the venue and they are getting ready. Fire American Gambits in 2 colors t-shirts. In purple and pink, and we have PBG Alaska Knights in green/blue colors.
Absolutely, and we should have liftoff very, very soon. It is 8 p.m.
There we go.
Let's begin the matches. Hikaru versus Gukesh.
we have a special guest. We're gonna have the first ceremonial move from our guest, some handshakes. It is fantastic to have the sponsors or people who loves to make the moves. Why Hikaru is laughing? Did you see this?
Because his king is still there, yeah. Hopefully, I don't think we're gonna see a rematch of that. But let's go. This is the match that I think.
This is the match, guys. Give us your opinion and let us know in the chat. Just one move. Is it Hikaru or is it Gukesh?
Just one word, Hikaru or Gukesh. Let's go. Who is going to win? 20 minutes, no increment until move 40. Let's see what happens.
Aha, you know what? They are not starting at the same time. That's why we're not getting the moves. We see now Gukesh sitting there and Hikaru leaving the board to get the water. And we see Sarah and Theodora starting the game. And we also see Lachno playing the moves. And Darda, they're just chilling. They're just going to the game. You know why? They're not starting at the same time. And this is so good thing in chess. Very often at a chess tournament, we're missing the action because we're focused on one or two games and then we cannot see anything else. So, here, some games starts early, two games starts early, then another game starts later so we can see all the matches.
Maybe this is also because like the player who starts off the last can see the position that they or understand how the game is going to unfold and make the decision accordingly. That's also,
Absolutely.
I think, kind of genius in that sense.
Some strategic games, why not? Why to start at the same time, right? Because in that case, we're missing so much action. And this is a fantastic idea. I love this idea as well.
Absolutely, and there it is. It is Theodora in judge versus Sarah Khadim. It's Catalan so far, and she has retreated the queen back to c2, and Sarah is now thinking. I believe all the games have started except for Hikaru and Murzin.
So first board and the last board. Those are two boards that they cannot switch the players there. And they're starting the last.
Some interesting insights there coming in. Black, Sarah plays c5 in this position. I think quite typical in such situations. Let's do a quick roundup of all the games and then we can focus on one, which is going to be Hikaru and Gukesh, obviously. But, this is the position of Spanish. It's your favorite sort of opening, I believe.
Absolute favorite.
Yeah, absolute favorite from the white side or the black side.
Any side.
Any side is good, yeah. And Baby Sarah looking quite, I think, promising here because she does have the queen side majority. She can go knight c3 and put some pressure on b5 and invite black to take on c4.
No matter how much you explain here to me, I will not like this position from any of the side. You're just selling this to me now.
It's like you caught on pretty quick there. So
Let's move.
we'll move on to Rapport versus Lanier. Because Rapport's first move was a bit interesting. Yeah, he started with g3, black goes c5, white goes bishop g2, knight c6 happens, and white goes e4, g6, and this is the current position. What is going on? Is it like some Sicilian?
Yeah, it turned to be a Sicilian, close Sicilian type of position where you will just... you have some options here for white. Maybe you're gonna develop this knight on f3 and then castle and start to do some things, or you just play f4. I love this move. This is so Richard move, you know?
Yeah.
It is so Richard move. Is this pawn also the golden pawn?
It is, but it's fine to use this one because this is when you're trying to attack. When you try to attack, you can touch the golden pawn, but when you use it for strategic purposes, it's not good. It's not me, by the way. It comes from my coach. I'm sure you know him. Evgeny Vladimirov from Kazakhstan. He used to say it a lot during our camps in like many years ago. So it just stuck with me since then.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's
f4.
a good idea actually.
And knight f3 played by Rapport, and Rapport is out for blood. I feel he's going to attack on the king side as soon as he castles on the short side.
He's just waiting for it. And there will be possibility for white to bring the pawn on g4, maybe with the help of h3 later on. There's going to be a lot of fireworks on this board. Indeed, can we go around and see the next match?
For sure, I'm just trying to see if the match has begun, and it has. Hello, sir.
Ooh.
Hello. It
We
is.
have very interesting setup. How we reached this position?
It was e4, c5, so Sicilian, e6, he goes g3, d5, takes, bishop g2 happens, and black goes knight to c6. So far, I think we're in mainstream theory. White goes short castle, black goes knight f6. Now we break the center with d4, and Gukesh goes bishop to e7. So right now, I'm not sure if we are still out of the woods. If I check the opening tree, there's still about 100 games played in this position, with dc5 being the main choice. What do you reckon? Has your prediction changed, or do you think Hikaru is still looking quite good here?
I'm looking at the statistics between these two players. They have played few classical games, which makes sense. There is a huge age gap between these two players, right? It's not the same generation. And then I'm looking the games of Rapid and Blitz, and here we don't have that much of decisive results. We have a lot of draws here. So I'm going towards a draw on this board.
You're going towards a draw?
Yeah.
No draw.
No.
We want the king. It doesn't matter who's king. We want some king. Yeah, one king at least we want. But yeah, I think
How would you say no in Indian way? How like in every
Nahi. Nahi means no.
Nahi.
Yeah. He goes bishop e7, d takes c5, and knight c3 happens. So he puts pressure on the d5 pawn, and now bishop g5 incoming. I'm sure both of the players want to score a win here, yeah, because Hikaru is in the candidates. He's going to. He has a very good chance of winning the candidates, and of course, after what happened last time, Gukesh also would be, I think, in a very.
Yeah, you know what? Like being a world champion, it's a lot of pressure on Gukesh, and I have a feeling that everyone wants to use this moment, against him. Kind of have this kind of opinion.
Weight of the crown, indeed,
Yes.
and that can be heavy, for sure, for the world champion over here, as he plays d4, attacking the knight on c3, and inviting Hikaru to go knight e4. After which he's just going to go bishop e7, and most likely Katie's prediction might come true here, because we might be looking at a draw here.
Yeah, it looks really solid for me for black. This position, we know that the isolated pawn is not that weak these days.
Crazy. So this is the position, I think, going a bit slow from Hikaru's side. Also, loving the fact that Gukesh has 19.5 minutes in this position, which means for 10 moves, Gukesh has spent 33 seconds.
He's very comfortable. That says it, yeah.
That's 3.3 seconds per move. Yeah,
How
that's
making so fast always.
that's. Maybe he's still in preparation, or yeah, but that's really
Has
quick.
to be in preparation, yeah, because there is no increment. He's not getting any extra time.
Yeah.
And look at him taking his opponent's time. Like he's thinking on his opponent's time. He can take his opponent's time, obviously, but this is very good strategy what he's doing for this time format.
Absolutely. I think this is very, very good. I'm liking Gukesh's chances here. I think we might be seeing a draw, but let's see how this game unfolds. And as we do that, let's switch to rapport versus linear, because this is another very interesting match where White had moved the golden pawn as well as the G pawn as well, and he refuses to castle. Rapport says, "What is castling? Why should I castle?"
Why to castle when you can have a rook on h file? Maybe you will need this rook in the attack. What do you think? He will keep this rook here, king here, maybe on f1?
Maybe on f2 or f1
Maybe,
or something, and you just push the pawn all the way, h4, h5, h6, and so on. And
Yeah, in this case, when one side attacks on the king side, let's say, and the king is in the center, for black it will be strategically very nice to attack in the center, right? To open up the center.
absolutely. And I think we don't have the camera feed for this match. Maybe for today.
Oh, we
do
have it.
We do actually. That's great. If we can, yeah, that's great. Black goes queen b6. So after queen b6, he is maybe saying you cannot castle here anymore because I have some c4 check business, and that could be dangerous. So instead, white can maybe, instead of going short castle, just go for something like g5 and just carry the attack. Let's go h4, h5 and just go for the win. That's a very rapport thing to do. And he goes bishop e3.
A rapport thing to do.
Oh, I know one of my favorite games in chess, I think, was Rapport versus Tari. Aryan Tari. It wasn't, some big event. I think it was 2016, 2017 or something. And he found this idea of king goes to d2 and queen goes to h1. And I watched it live. I was absolutely shook, and I was a fan ever since of
I remember the idea.
Absolutely, and he goes rook a2, and meanwhile, Rapport thinks, let's switch back to our icon board between Hikaru and Gukesh and check out what's the update there, because this is the current position. And now, Gukesh's time has gone a bit down. It's not 19 and a half minutes anymore. And is Gukesh in trouble? That's my question, because there is this knight versus bishop kind of difference, and you have the pawn on d4. So maybe I have some long-term pressure here.
Well, the thing is that black has here a pair of bishop advantage. So if I were here, if I was Gukesh, I would just play bishop e7. There is not much of tactics here at the board. Is Hikaru just chilling? Look at his posture.
Bishop e7, as predicted by you. White goes knight to d3, and I'm actually going to change my prediction here, and I think maybe Hikaru does have a chance here to go for the win. I think there's more chances for him because you have this pawn on d4, which is weak for sure, and there is knight versus bishop. Let's go queen f3.
Okay.
What are you going to do? You can't take here for sure, no?
Why?
You want to take?
What do you think?
So
Bishop f5 has been played.
That's a good point. Bishop e4, queen e4, and you're worse here actually.
Bishop f6 back?
Bishop f6, I put my rook like here, I put the rook on e1, I push h4, and I just relax.
Slow game, yeah.
Slow indeed. He goes rook e1, he's not provoking him to take on e4. Someone says, looks a bit like King's Indian attack. I think you're talking about the other game. And a bit, yes. Oh, I got the joke. King's Indian attack is talking about the king throw. Most likely. That's very clever. It's very chat is...
King's Indian.
That's very, very clever chat. It just occurred to me. And you said it in a very nonchalant way as well. It's very funny. Black goes queen b6, and now maybe some pressure on the b2 pawn. You don't really need to defend it because our knight is doing a wonderful job.
Knight is doing all the job here.
Yeah. And what should we do? I really like the move queen f3 to provoke this bishop to take on e4. If he wants to take it, I think I'm good.
But if bishop goes back on g6, then knight f4 is not possible.
I mean, I thought after bishop g6, I will just push h4 or something.
Yeah.
Like maybe h5 and then you will take on e4.
That's possible. 2 minutes. Advantage for Gukesh. He has to keep the advantage on the clock.
Oh, yes.
He against Hikaru, he has to do that.
Oh, yes. I think this is a bit...
What do you think is the Gukesh number on the jersey?
Gukesh's number, it looks like...
I'll take 18.
2, no, it's like a 2, no? On the back. 2 something. Does anyone know in the chat what is his jersey number? Queen f3, by the way, played by Hikaru, attacking that bishop on f5, and black goes g6, defends that bishop. And now, look at this, Katie. White can actually play g4 here.
Oh, I love that move.
Looks so scary because once
forcing black to take the knight, If
yes.
you don't take knight, if you go back, then g5 and knight gets on f6.
Ooh, and then knight f6 also incoming. I'm sorry, but this looks very, very scary to me. For Gukesh,
But g6 is kind of provocation here. He wants white to play g4. He has something prepared in this position. Otherwise, why would you play here g6?
I mean, if you don't
play bishop g6.
The thing is that if you don't play g4, can black not play h5? I thought that's the point. And very soon your queen can be in some. It's not getting trapped, but it can be in some trouble for sure.
A3 is such a waiting move.
Okay.
A5?
A5. Oh, by the way, G4 is giving a very big advantage to Hikaru. To all the people watching this, who are you rooting for? Is it Hikaru or is it Gukesh or is it a draw? If you could just put your answers in the chat with
Yeah, at the beginning when we asked this question, I saw a lot of Hikaru and few
Hikaru.
Gukesh. Yes. So let's do one more round. I'm gonna be paying attention more.
Has the thing like changed? You know, once the
game just started.
Yeah.
But it's still not so clear. You know, we need more things to happen to understand who is better.
There's also some h4, h5 ideas which I quite like, and queen h6 as well. Wow, there's a lot of.
See, 2 Hikaru so fast, 3 Hikaru, 4 Hikaru, no Gukesh.
It's a lot of Hikarus right there.
5 Hikaru, 6 Hikaru.
That's a lot of Hikarus. Clearly, I think the chat.
1 Gukesh.
Yeah, just 1 Gukesh, and most of them are just Hikarus. Yeah.
Okay. They're now switching this up. Okay, I think most of the people think it's Hikaru. But there's always this but in these matches, you know? You never know what's gonna happen.
For sure, no idea. And white does have the option of playing g4, which looks super scary for Gukesh. He goes rook a c8, developing his rook. And now maybe queen h6 can be interesting. Maybe g4 can be interesting. Hikaru does neither. He goes rook e2. You are attacking my pawn on c2. I will defend my pawn on c2.
Sorry, just Gukesh fans just came in. They're like, Gukesh. Like, we have like 10 Gukesh in a row. Yes, guys, this is what we're looking for here.
I think they just heard us when we were saying.
Happening.
They heard us that.
And then Hikaru people again texting Hikaru. You guys are awesome.
Crazy. Okay, he goes knight d8, rerouting the knight to e6 and opening up the c file. And once white goes queen h6, there can be problems with bishop g5. So let's say if white goes rook e1 in this position, I'm just going to make a random move. Black goes knight e6, queen h6, and look at this. This bishop takes e4, and this bishop g5, which I thought was trapping the queen, but it's not. Because this queen h3.
Very close.
Very close.
I also thought it was just dropping.
Yeah, but
I thought there was a bishop on e6 instead of knight. But it doesn't make sense, and bishop is not supported. And what's the number of Gukesh's jersey? Come on, Gukesh, turn. Okay, he's turning. Wrong side.
Amazing.
7? 1. I think it's 18. I would bet it's 18. Yeah.
18?
Because he was 18 years old when he became world champion.
Ah, that can be. I think you're right about that.
And Hikaru has 1.
Because
or 2 maybe.
Because he threw 1 king. I'm just
there's something behind the numbers. We need to get this information for tomorrow.
I'm just having fun here. So after knight d8, Hikaru seems to be having a decent thought here, because he's probably considering those ideas with knight e6 and so on. And while Hikaru thinks, just taking a quick look at other boards to see what is the match situation looking like, I think we should stay with this game because this is a very, very big matchup. There's Artemio versus Arjun. In that, it looks very equalish, but Arjun seems to have a very slight pull there. In Rapport versus Dominguez, Rapport is attacking, but is objectively worse. In Bibisaro versus Lagno, it's equal. In Teodora Injudge versus Sara, Teodora Injudge seems to have a slight advantage. And Volodar Murzin also seems to have a slight advantage against Daniel Darda. So overall, I believe American Fire Gambits...
It's better at this point.
They are doing better, yes. They have a better chance.
Yeah, this is a team that actually also created documentary from the previous season in London. And they are taking things very seriously.
Oh, absolutely. He goes queen d2, and apparently that's an inaccuracy.
Queen d2?
That's it. And whoa, okay, now the games are heating
And
up.
Black's next move is so obvious, right? Bishop to g4. This is such a classical move. So Gukesh move to provocate Black's pawn f3 to cover the bishop, to block the bishop, to weaken e3 square.
Oh,
Come
absolutely.
on, Gukesh.
And
you
look
can
at
do
this.
it. Here,
This-
Hikaru face.
This actually explains the concept of the golden pawn really well, because black goes bishop g4, provokes f3, and puts the bishop back to f5, and is even willing to give up a move just so that the pawn can go from f2 to f3. And this is
What did he
sorry,
play?
I just had to plug the golden pawn one more time. You know,
Oh no. He played rook to c7.
still better. I think still not really.
He wants to get another rook f8 to c8 to attack on c2, because this pawn is a backward pawn, right? And
Yes.
bishop g4 is still there.
Yes, bishop g4 still there, still very much possible. Wait, can Gukesh win this?
Maybe.
Can Gukesh
Maybe
win
another
this?
king will jar been throwing now.
We wanna see that. Let's go. Okay, black. I think his plan is quite simple to go rook c8. I think that's very simple. If I go queen h6 as well, there's just rook c8. I can just ignore this queen on h6. It's not really going to change.
You know what Hikaru is doing right now? For sure he spotted bishop g4. For sure he knows that this is the move he doesn't want to see. And only move to avoid that is h3, right? But then rook c8 comes, and then you have another problem on c2 square. So either he just pretends that nothing happened before and carries on, or he guards g4 square.
That is a tough situation to be in for Hikaru, because if you see bishop g4, you're not going to be happy with the outcome over here. So the best move here is indeed to play knight to f4.
Okay.
That's the only move that kind of keeps things balanced, and maybe Hikaru
Tries to change some of the pieces, because I kind of have a feeling that white pieces are well placed, but they are just not having enough space. Do you know why? Because of the pawn on d4. It takes so much space from the pieces, right?
you don't have the option of rook e3 and
The
stuff like
knight
that.
is also limited to get back on c3, and black's pieces are happier in here.
Oh yes, I think you are absolutely right. Space is a big issue, and maybe this is why knight f4 is a good move, because you want to trade off pieces and make some more space for your pieces.
Hikaru is spending some time, down to 8 minutes against 13 minutes. But you know, Hikaru has this kind of magical power. He can play also the worst position and make some chops.
I think one of the best defenders in the world for me, maybe the best defender in the world for me, Hikaru.
Yeah.
For sure. So I think even in a worse position, you cannot.
You can just relax and just say that I'm gonna win. You have to just
At some point he's
do
gonna
the
switch
job.
on and just start. By the way, we are very close to seeing a result in one of the matches between
see that?
Teodora Inyach and Sarah Khadan. Sarah seems to be completely lost because she has blundered, I believe,
no.
an exchange. Just gonna take a very quick look here. We don't have to change the camera or anything, but this is the current position. We can see her in the back as well.
That's
And she blundered knight b7 in this position and allowed black to recapture with bishop g2. And basically she's in just an exchange down here, and I think this might...
She has to carry on still. She
Yeah.
has to play for the team, and you know what? Petrosian was doing this a daily basis, just giving up the exchange.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think this is looking really sad for Sara. So I believe this is good news for the American Gambits. They might score their first 3 points very soon. I'm just saying it off the fact that Sara doesn't have any counterplay here. No compensation, nothing.
She has to wait. If white gives some chance, slight chance, she will turn up the tables.
For sure. And switching back to Hikaru versus Gukesh, can Gukesh now bounce
You see,
back?
he played h3. He saw the bishop g4. He saw this one.
Katie making the right predictions here with queen with h3 defending against bishop g4. But now the question is, how does Gukesh break through here?
All the pieces are very happy, right? All of them are just located so nicely. But there is no this punchline here, right? For black. Maybe h5, h4.
Oh yes, h5, h4 looks quite interesting. Gukesh goes for h5 move, and now
Shall we get back with the camera to Gukesh and Hikaru?
there it is. Rook d2 played by Hikaru. Oh, maybe he's eyeing for the g4 pawn, because once black takes on g4, we can capture back with the h pawn, and that will be, I think, good counterplay for Hikaru right here.
Yeah.
This is actually quite tense.
It's
And
very
having
tense.
this match in the first day itself is
This
is
is just
huge.
the first day, right?
Yeah, it's what a treat actually.
Oh yeah, you know, like this kind of tournament, the format of this tournament is very interesting because the teams who has lost their match today, they have still very good chance to come back.
Oh,
Because
okay.
of these scoring points. 4 points is a lot.
But you don't want to start off the day by,
Obviously, yeah,
exactly,
it's
because
easy, yeah.
you lose your momentum, makes you feel, that you're not there, and then you have to carry on for the next 10 days. And I'm sure as a chess player like yourself, a very strong one, you can kind of relate in this sense that it's very
Yeah.
important to start off strong.
Yeah, you need to have you want to feel that this is my moment and I'm in a good shape.
For sure. And
H4 has happened, I don't know, Gukesh is playing like me.
no, I think he's
I
playing.
don't know if it's a good idea, is it good?
I mean, I think it's good. I think it's very good. But the thing is that he's not afraid of the idea of g4, because you see, Hikaru moved his rook from e2 to play g4, and Gukesh is inviting him to play
I don't play
g4.
that. I'm gonna give up my bishop and I'm gonna have the opposite color bishop, and maybe your king is weaker here because you pushed this g4 pawn. And in this position, I will not be surprised if black somehow tries to rotate the pieces and get this bishop on h2 b8 diagonal. What do you think about that?
h2 b8 diagonal. So we want the queen on d6 and we want the bishop somehow on c7. If that happens, I mean, Hikaru is in deep trouble for sure. By the way, that's how why queen d6 is one of the best moves here for Gukesh. He's playing amazingly so far, the world champion. And
I love how he's playing. He's very active.
Yes.
He's not defensive. He's going for it. He's like, I'm the man from this country and I'm the world champion.
Yep.
And
It's
this is the
his-
way how I'm gonna greet you.
Absolutely, absolutely. He is ahead on time, he is ahead on the position, playing super active, super alert. Loving this from Gukesh.
Yeah. And all this happened because Hikaru played one inaccurate move. Right?
Oh.
One passive move.
Just one.
And yeah, it gave a slight chance to good.
I mean, the accuracy on the board is 96.4 for Hikaru, 97.9, so almost 98 for Gukesh. So,
just like my average game on chess.com.
Amazing.
Leads.
Gukesh has some advantages for sure, and he plays bishop to g5 attacking. Ooh, that's a slight inaccuracy. White goes rook e2, and now only one move for Gukesh to keep things balanced, which is king g7. Otherwise, Gukesh is worse again.
Ooh, but you know what? Bishop g6 is a threat, right? And why we play king g7? Because you want to take with the king?
Yeah, probably.
The king. The king. He
Oh,
wants
yeah.
Yes.
Gukesh has to move his king so that it doesn't.
Yeah, meanwhile, I think the game has ended on the golden
yes.
board.
Yes, I believe it is the match between Teodora Inyach and Sara Khadim that ends with a win for Teodora Inyach. That means the American Fire Gambits are ahead with 3 points with 5 games still remaining. Switching back to Hikaru versus Gukesh. It's now an opposite colored bishop endgame, and the game is on. Okay, now I can safely say that here Hikaru is playing for 2 results.
Yeah. Exactly. Black has also just, you know why this is, in my opinion, because White has control over open e file, and the rooks on c file are not doing much of the job at this point.
Oh yes, and also the interesting thing is that even if you get the queen on g, like let's say, no, I'm saying queen g3, bishop on c7, and the queen on d6, it's still just a check.
Yeah.
I can move the king on f1 and you don't have access
Bishop
to h1.
controls.
Exactly, the bishop does a wonderful job of controlling this. So I think this is quite good. He goes queen d3, and someone is saying Arjun has made a draw. Is that true? Yes, actually, that is true. Arjun Erigaisi and Artemiev have ended in a draw. So that's the second match being finished.
Did we bet something on that?
No, not that I
No,
remember.
right?
Not that I remember.
I thought that, yeah.
Maybe
my bad memory.
Maybe
I don't
in the
know.
chat people can correct us, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling that we had some bets about that game, or like about a house or something. Where do you have a house?
We are betting houses.
Do you have a house in Goa?
That would be tragic, wouldn't it? So
2 games down, 4 to go.
2 games down,
And you guys, this is the last match of a round. This is last. I want to have more matches because it has been so much fun to commentate on those games.
For sure. And look at this, Rookie 6 is incoming.
What?
Yes,
What is that?
it's possible. Like if you take, let's say, if I go A4 here,
yes.
can I have Rookie 6? Please give me Rookie 6, Rookie 6, Rookie 6, Rookie 6. Oh, it's actually working, yeah?
And if you take then Rook E6 and you're attacking the queen and the pawn on G6. This is so
Beautiful.
smart.
Queen G6, Rook G6. This just goes
So
to show
smart.
the power of the opposite colored bishop. And Gukesh is very clever. He sees the threat of Rook E6 and he uses prophylaxis against it. So now Rook E6 is not working because I can go Queen G5 and I can defend the pawn on G6 itself.
Hikaru is calculating that, I think. Look at his face. He likes to show a lot of emotions. He likes to, make these face impressions.
Oh yes, I mean, in about 10
He's a
moves or
showman.
so, he is going to show a lot of emotions because he has 4 minutes left and both players are going to be under a lot of time pressure.
Exactly, 10 moves to be played. The position is not so easy.
For sure not. For sure not. Not easy for anyone here, especially for, I think, okay, for both players it's the same, but Hikaru, I think, more or less playing for 2 results. But if he wants to play for a win, it's not easy, for sure.
Yeah, and also PBG Alaska Knights has to score back a point because on the board for Sarah Hadem lost the match against Theodora Inyach.
Yes, that
Rook
was...
D1? Sorry.
Rook D1, very nice move. I think threatening to take on D4, and you have to also be a bit careful because once you take the pawn on D4, black can capture on C2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that
So I would
way...
just move the bishop away, like...
Ooh,
So
clever,
not to
clever.
help.
So if I move the bishop somewhere, let's say...
There's not much squares, it's only G5 and H6.
There's D6 as well.
But it stands on a D5.
So now that you've told me about this whole Queen F4 idea, I just want to give a check. See, he goes Bishop E5 because he wants Queen F4 and he wants to give a check here. Bishop D6 now? Can we go Bishop D6? I think Bishop D6 is quite interesting.
Can you explain what happens after Bishop D6, Queen D4?
Bishop D6, Queen D4? I was just planning to take on C2 and not...
Right away, without trading the queens.
I didn't... I mean, that's what I thought, yeah.
Because B7 pawn is also hanging. B2 pawn is also hanging, and we might have a lot of changes of the pieces.
Interesting. Interesting, very interesting. So Queen E4 is the move. That's what Hikaru has gone for, and Gukesh has to respond with either Rook E7, Bishop D6, or Rook E8. I mean, he has to defend the bishop. He also has to keep an eye on the E5 pawn.
The other game has also finished. I see Katerina Lagner just getting her stuff from the board. What was the result?
Yeah, she drew against Bibisara Asabayeva. So that's another draw for the Alaskan Knights, the PBG Alaskan Knights, which means they are, the opportunities for them to score back. They need one win with the black pieces, and that win is not happening on any board. There is Daniel Darda, who most likely, he's definitely in a worse position. Also, another opposite colored bishop endgame. Then there is Lanier, who might have a chance against Rapport because Rapport went all out in the opening. And that...
But this game is still on.
Yes.
And Rapport is not going to make a draw. Look at his last move, H4.
Yes, but when he sees that his teammate has already won the match and already won...
You can try to...
Yeah, but maybe it's too late by then.
Well, yeah, when I play moves like H4, G5 and so on, I cannot take control over the game anymore. But, okay, these guys are top
But
players
another
for a
thing I
reason.
think about Gukesh is that he never plays for a draw. He always goes for, I think, a win regardless of the situation. And I think this might be another one of those moments where he will just go for the win regardless.
Yes, that's why we are here. We want to have the results, decisive results, now draws. Thank you very much.
Yes, completely agreed. We do not want another draw here.
Queen f3 has been played, offering a queen trade.
If black goes queen d6, perhaps, that's also possible. Is queen d6 possible or no?
Queen d6.
Yeah, queen d6 because I'm denying the queen trade, and once you go bishop takes b7, there's rook b8. So let's have it up on the board. There's queen d6, bishop b7, and rook b8. And if you go bishop to d5 or move the bishop anywhere, I can go rook takes b2, and I can continue the game.
Yeah, it's good. Rook on the second rank, not so bad. But what Gukesh should not do there is queen moving too far from the bishop, because then we might have some tactic with p5 and queen f7. So he has to watch out for this.
Queen b6, that's actually a great point. If you go queen b6, for example, you're opening yourself up to this rook takes e5 business, and rook takes e5 and queen takes f7. And even though white is not winning here,
It's very unpleasant to play this kind of positions with the king so exposed.
King exposed and no increment. So those two are not a good combination.
And we know where the king goes usually, so he has to be careful with his king.
Yep, Gukesh has to be careful with his king.
With his king.
Hikaru is waiting. Gukesh goes rook c7. So does
very solid move. I like this move. Just making sure that b7 pawn is not gonna hang in any of the line. Rook on c7 will not hang. So he's just, trying to defend all the possible tactics.
Absolutely. And after rook c7, now if Hikaru wants to just go for a draw, he can. He can bank on the fact that Rapport is not going to lose his match. Besides Rapport, I think it is not possible for anybody else, because everybody else is doing quite, I think, well. Either slightly better or just completely equal. And Theodora Indjudge has done the job.
You know what? I think for Hikaru, it can carry on as much as long as other games can just, finish and then. Oh, what happened? What happened? They're talking. Draw for?
What was that?
Is he asking if I can offer a draw? Because in some tournaments they can't offer a draw. And Gukesh wants a draw, I guess.
Oh,
give me your hand. I want a handshake. You did.
Oh, wow.
Give me a draw.
And that's it. Hikaru.
I think they're talking about bishop g4 ideas.
Yeah. Bishop g4 was better for Gukesh a bit earlier, but the match ends in a draw. We're not that surprised, I think, with the result, but I think still with that, American Gambits are one step closer to finishing it off.
Yeah, we were saying that Hikaru is obviously the favorite because he's a speed demon, but Gukesh is very solid. And this is a 20 minutes, it's not 3 minutes plus 2.
For sure, and that leaves out just one game between Rapport and Lenier. By the way, the match between Volodar Murzin and Daniel Darda has also ended in a draw, leaving just one game. So, just to not overcomplicate it for the viewers here, if Black wins this, their team wins the match. If Black does not win this, then American Gambits end up winning this match. So Black is the one under pressure. Black is the one who has to deliver.
Mastering situation, yeah.
Whether he can is the question.
He knows about that. He's aware of that fact. We have a lot of people on the stage. We have photographers. We have the arbiters. We have the players.
We can also be there at this point. Yeah, let's just go and start watching the game, because this is super important. He gives a check, king goes to f8. Super important match, I think, for day one. I think the biggest match of day one so far, because the stakes are so high. Queen f1, mate in one threatened.
Mate in one, never a bad idea.
Oh, absolutely. And
wait, what?
I think
Queen?
Bishop e8 to defend the pawn at f7, and he brings the knight back to f5.
Did you see what that knight move, how he made it? Was it like karate or something?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think...
What was that?
I think Rapport is trying to put Lenier in some time scramble, because, by the way, both players have reached move 40. That means Lenier is going to get two extra seconds with each move. That's great news for the PVG Alaskan Knights. But will it be enough?
That is a very good question. Still, game is on. It's not that the game is so hopeless here for Black, it's just a draw. He can still play on a lot of pieces. 1 minute on the clock, 1 minute advantage. It's not very helpful for Dominguez.
Okay, Black goes bishop to d7. You can just wait. He goes queen h3. That's a mistake. Lanier can take advantage with queen d1 check, which
he has just.
He has gone knight h4. Wait, queen h4 and bishop f5. Definitely has some chances here. I think that's a good move.
I like that move. Queen h3 is a sub. Pin the knight on f5. Very weird move.
Yeah. For sure. Report just has to hold this. If he is able to hold it, his team, the American Gambits, will win the match.
What was the move? Queen h4 has happened. Bishop f5 is on the board. There's a bit of delay on the digital board.
Let's actually have it on the board there.
Yes.
Queen h4, bishop f5. What did he play
Bishop
now?
f2.
Bishop to f2 has been played. That's a mistake, by the way. Queen d1 check gives Black a pretty sizable advantage here. He goes bishop to g6, I believe.
That's right, bishop g6. And queen to g4, controlling d1 square. There's no more check on d1.
Absolutely. By the way, queen g4, the game has been updated on our end as well. Queen g4 threatened a mate in 1 with queen c8. Nice.
He's always going mate in 1, right?
Wait. Is that loss of time? No. 6 seconds for Linear.
G8. But like after checking queen h3, this is... Oh no, you're losing the pawn on e4. You cannot do that.
Oh yeah, you lose the pawn. So if you give a check and you bring the check here again, you can just capture it and take on e4. Very difficult. But he cannot give a check anymore. He has to play queen f3.
Richard is looking for the other boards. He wants to make sure that draw is enough for his team to win. It is enough. Richard.
There is no way he can win for sure.
30 seconds. Queen
Goes
f3.
queen f3.
Dominguez has to make it a move. 5 seconds.
Queen b2 and queen e3. 5 seconds for Linear again.
Oh, no.
Check. King h2. Queen b2. Oh, is that a repetition? Linear also looking away. He knows he cannot take a draw. He plays for the win. This is pure cinema right here. Come on. The last match of day 1 of the Global Chess League, and one player needs a draw and the other needs a win. You cannot make this up.
No.
King g2, and now Black goes queen b2 again. King g1, another draw offer.
What? It's
What? Is it a draw?
King.
What?
King h2. You did not even repeat it. The moves.
That's a draw offer. Wait, what? Who is playing? I'm confused. Who is playing here?
I think King g2 was the preferred repetition. Maybe I'm wrong. King g1 now. Queen a1, is it? Oh wow.
And there it is. I believe that is a draw. That means the final match has...
So, we had actually all the draws, 5 draws, and 1 decisive result, right?
Yes, that is correct. So, Hikaru has drawn against Gukesh. Artemiev draws to Arjun. Rapport draws against Linear Dominguez Perez. Bibisara draws against Katrina. Teodora Inyach is the only player who has defeated Sara Khadim, and Volodar Murzin drew against Daniel Darda. Which means the American Gambits, the American Fire Gambits, have effectively won their match against PPG Alaskan Knights.
PPG Alaskan Knights were the team shining last year. They were winning all these matches, went to the finals, and they lost in the finals. And they had a really nice event. We thought that they will just finalize the tournament in a way as they started. But the format is very interesting. It gives a chance to everyone to qualify to the finals. And this is just the start. We had 3 matches today. We have seen all the players, guys. And tomorrow we're going to have another matchup. And I think every day will be just more exciting than the previous one.
Absolutely. This is just day 1. I mean, watching Hikaru versus Gukesh on day 1 itself is, I think, quite something.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad at all. And there will be more to come in the Tech Mahindra Global Chess League. We will see you tomorrow, same time as usual. Until then,
And
bye
we're going
and
to
good
say
night.
goodbye. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.
चेस हो या मार्केट, जीत उन्हीं की होती है जो दूर का देख सकते हैं। फायर्स एडवांस ऑप्शन चेन और 50 मार्केट डेप्थ के साथ मार्केट का हर मूव आपके सामने है।
Fires, for those who are born to trade. Investment in securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
Come on guys, hurry up.
अरे सुन ना, एक ब्रेक ले लेते हैं।
Guys, I'm telling you, तुम लोगों को सही से ट्रैकिंग नहीं आता। But that's okay, you can learn. रोज का ढक्कन देना। ये रेड वाला है, सही वाला देना।
वो एक ढक्कन। पहले तो सही पानी पीना।
Manikchand Oxyrich, proudly Indian.
मैजिक हो या मार्केट्स, पैटर्न समझना ही स्किल है। जैसे फायर्स के एडवांस चार्ट्स, एडवांस इंडिकेटर्स से मार्केट्स के लेटेस्ट पैटर्न समझो और ट्रेड करो डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द चार्ट्स।
Fires, for those who are born to trade. Investment in securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
चेस हो या मार्केट, जीत उन्हीं की होती है जो दूर का देख सकते हैं। फायर्स एडवांस ऑप्शन चेन और 50 मार्केट डेप्थ के साथ मार्केट का हर मूव आपके सामने है।
Fires, for those who are born to trade. Investment in securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.